Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites coming out prophesying the truth of the Bible. All right. Also talking about all of these skirmishes and all of these incidents that's happening here in American soil, which is what we're going to open up on first. But first and foremost, we're going to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, BASHEM, YAHUSHI, BASHEM, Rakah, Wadash. Double honor to our elder apostles at Great Millstone in the world. Send the honor and salutation to all your sincere brothers. And I come to pushing this world truly sincerely, all right? I also want to say peace and blessings to all the sincere men, women, and children that consist also of the 1/3 of the body of YAHAWASHI. All right, getting straight to the point, as most people are already familiar, that you have this incident where there was bombs sent to some U.S. government representatives, all right? First and foremost, we already know that some was sent to Bill Clinton, or the Clintons, so to say, right? Yeah. Some was sent to Obama's. This lady, her last name was Schultz, I forgot her first name. She's a Florida representative down here. All right, so and then you also had there been an incident where they had at least what 8 or 10 so-called Jews where they were actually being was murdered. All right, so now we're going to go into those incidents just to let our people know that right now they are preparing to put you into a police state, whether you like it, believe it or not. That's the time that we are living in right now. Okay, you want to bring it out information?
Yeah, so basically on the bomber, the dude that was sending out bombs to various political figures, he sent out 14, so to say. His name is Caesar Sayah. All right, he was arrested in Florida. He sent those packages to Democratic politicians. Right. So federal agents. Here's the article. Federal agents have arrested a suspect identified as a 56-year-old Caesar Sayah. I'm if his last name how you pronounce it. Following a spate of suspicious packages sent to top Democratic officials in recent days.
Right.
All right. Here's what we know, about the suspect so far. All right. He's a Florida resident. All right. Sayah is a resident of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Basically, just trying to give a description.
Because
that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, because they know about that, but I'm talking about the information about the packages.
Oh, how they're flying.
Right, because right now we know that Esau, he's always trying to come up with some kind of cunningly devised plan.
Yeah.
All right? Because these packages that these U.S. representatives get, first and foremost, they're always sent to them by an official from the government. So anything so before a package even gets to them, it basically has to go through a process.
Whole different process.
Exactly. It's a whole different process. It's not like your postal service, they drop it off at your house. No, these are representatives that work for the government. So you do have people out there who may want to harm them, but nonetheless, though, we understand this is also an act that was committed by none other than the government themselves. All right. Now you can bring out information about that package.
Yeah. If you look at the screenshot of the so to say packages that were sent, if you look at it, it doesn't have a post. It has postage stamps, but it's not officially stamped to seeing it's been cleared through proper processing. All right. So this is an article from a retired United States Postal Service worker. And here he's saying, I can tell you all the people that are claiming to have gotten these packages from USPS are totally full of, shit. It would all go straight to the Secret Service details office.
Right. So they're going to show you that the packages that they receive, those packages go right to the Secret Service. So in other words, they have to be scanned. All right. They have to get a clearance. So those packages wound up at the residence or at the front doorsteps of these U.S. representatives. And then on top of that, whenever you look at your packaging in the mail, you always get it's like a black stamp.
Yeah,
certified. Black stamp, certified. It'll be like 0.40 cent. You're like 40 cents or so. Yeah. If you look at those packages, did you got the pictures?
Yeah, I got a screenshot of it.
Yeah, if you look at those packages, all it has is the sender. All it has is the sender, and it also has the come on, you see it on there? That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It has the sender and it has the recipient. As you can see, looking at these packages, man, they don't have that stamp that comes from the Postal Service office. So in other words, someone just basically got these vanilla envelopes. They put these stamps on there. They put a sender and they put a recipient's name, but it never went through the process of the Postal Service, man. So that's how we know that this has been fabricated, But everybody actually think that these are actual bombs. Even the New York Post article even said that it could possibly be a hoax, because they said it never detonated. So if it never detonated, how can you consider it to be a bomb?
2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
we're not ignorant of its devices, man.
Yeah.
When you go to that word ignorant, that means to not know, to not be acknowledged of. Shalom, I think YAHAWASHI, meaning that, when you're ignorant, that basically means that you don't know. That means you lack the knowledge of it. But we know who Esau, and we know how Esau operates, all right? We're not foolish to how Pearl Harbor happened, all right? We're not foolish to that fact that we know that 3 days prior to the attack, that they knew that the Japanese was coming. But they needed a clause, they needed a catalyst for them to be able to drop the bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima, all right? That's what you call order ab chaos. You create the chaos, and then you try to bring order. Same thing with 9/11. They need the reason to go into the Middle East, so basically so they can subjugate those lands. Because they don't tell you that back in the 70s and 80s, Osama bin Laden, he actually was doing work with the CIA. They actually trained him, all right? But because because United States, they didn't pay back on their loan for basically who they got from Osama bin Laden them, and also because they want those poppy seeds over there in them poppy fields, because that's what a lot of the opiates and everything, they come from the poppy seeds and all that. So guess what? They let the Twin Towers go down. They were the ones who orchestrated both towers to go down. Then the very exact same day, you had Building 7 go down as well, and it wasn't even hit by a plane. All right. So now looking at this incident about these bombs being sent to these U.S. representatives, like the brother said, man, we're not ignorant of Satan devices, man. We can understand that they are trying to orchestrate the police state as we speak right now. Yeah. Okay. Because looking at this caravan that's coming from Central America, you actually have it to where you got U.S. representatives who are basically saying that border patrol down there are being they're being harassed, they're being beaten, they're being murdered. But then in the article it says this image that this U.S. representative's wife showed came back to 2012 when there was actually a war going on basically in Mexico. So they always trying to write the narrative to what they want you to believe, because all they gotta do is feed the masses this BS, and once they eat it up, okay, now we got them on our side. Because prior to going to war with Japan, the United States people was like, we're not going to war, we're gonna be poor after that. They had more sense back then. But then they allowed the Japanese to commit their kamikaze act on Pearl Harbor. Then everyone was like, no, USA, let's go to war. It's the same thing that's going on right now. Right, even with the incident that's going on with those so-called Jews up there in Pittsburgh, okay? Yeah. Anybody got anything to
No. This is Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. So when you talk about the high places, we're not talking about your average Edomite that you see at the store getting a 12-pack, or the average Edomite that you even see driving a Ferrari. The people who are really pulling the strings, those are the individuals that you do not see, man. Those are the ones that are up in the high places. Those are the ones that are over there in Europe, all right? Those are the ones that's over there in those mansions, man, in those mountains. Right? Those are the ones that's pushing the pin. Those are the ones that's funding both sides of the war. Because all these wars are being funded by who the people call the Illuminati, man. Right? Because there's light on the right-hand side, there's light on the left-hand side. They are the ones that control that light that's on the left-hand side. We are the ones that dealing with the light on the right-hand side, man. That's the difference. Right? So when you talk about spiritual high places, all this, like TV, when you dealing with television, man, that right there deals with what? It deals with witchcraft and sorcery, man. All right?
Revelation 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So now he's going to come down to us having great wrath, knowing that he had but a short time. Because prior to this incident, as a matter of fact, I'm speaking about that, what do you call it, the October surprise?
Yeah.
You speak about that, about Bishop?
All right, so, we're coming up into midterm elections. So there's a term prior to, these midterm elections coming up called October surprise. So I'm going to get the dictionary definition of October surprise. Any political event orchestrated or apparently orchestrated in the month before an election in the hopes of affecting the outcome. So with all these things coming up to pass, it's basically bringing disrupting social order. So people they're panicking. So that's when the big government steps in, and you had even Trump speaking on it. And one of our articles says media use these pipe bombs to score political points, and that's referring to the October surprise, because prior to these events happening, Republicans, you know, were taking over in the vote standing. So now it's idling out because the Democrats use a thing called October surprise, you know, which is trying to again make social disorder.
Right. Yep. Basically, like you said, to create social disorder, because now the America's being divided amongst itself. Even their own people are coming up against each other, man. Like what is that scripture where it said, a house that divided amongst itself shall not stand. And that's what happened with the house of Esau. All right, because you have the leftists, you have the right wing. They're fighting against each other. It's at the point where you have white on white crime. It was always black on black crime. Now they're fighting against each other. Now they want to kill each other, man. All right, so it's a beautiful time that we're living in, but we know that this is going to bring in the police state, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Someone goes in on that.
Well, that's it on that.
That's it on that?
Yeah.
Oh, you got something else?
Oh, just how on Trump with this incident in Pittsburgh, you know, he's you can basically say he's making a campaign quietly, you know, eloquently for a police state. All right, so he's saying, you know, even with these events, they're always publicizing, you know, the work of the government, and they're doing their job and stuff. And Trump said, you know, if they had protection in these synagogues, you know, some stuff like this wouldn't happen. And he said something like something around. So I can even get it real fast. Trump on the synagogue massacre, little to do with gun laws. Something has to be done with hate in the U.S. You know, so that's again key words, you know, for them to come down and shut this whole place down into martial law.
Exactly. Because what do we preach? We preach that you're supposed to hate the evil. All right. We preach that you're supposed to hate being under oppression. But why people love oppression? But when they talk about hate, they're gonna try and use us talking about that we are the real Jews of the Bible, we're the Hebrew Israelites. See what they're gonna try and do? They're gonna try to link us with the same individual that said that, you know, you need to kill all Jews because they're killing our people. We're not saying that. All right, no way whatsoever are we saying that, because the scripture says, "What ye upon me till I rise up against the prey." But they're gonna try and link that. They're gonna try and link us with that. That's what the brother brought out. You know, rejoice ye inhabitants of the earth and also of the heaven. Because the devil shall come down with great wrath, knowing that he had but a little time. Yeah. And like the brother brought out, this is called October surprise, where they try and use political stunts so that they can get an upper hand on their opponent. But at the very same time, though, they'll risk your lives to do that as well. But it's really a higher agenda that's at stake.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
In the midst of all, you know, this economy, our economy going down, constant points dropping. You know, you got NATO doing war drills. Obviously a bigger picture, you know. So they want to come down here in the States because they know we're going into World War III soon.
Right. So at the same time, so let's already get our people already round them up, already have America situated, because we're looking to take over the whole world. All right. Now it's an article I have from All News Pipeline. It says, in the month of October 2018, as of October 21st, there have been 37 acts of violence, rape and death letters, ricin letters, vandalism, assault, and more against GOP candidates and conservatives. So all throughout this month, you've had over 37 acts of incidents of all this that I just mentioned. Whether it was a ricin letter, whether it was rape, or it was harassment. But that's not making the big news like this incident is. That is on top of another 170 plus similar acts of terror since the beginning of 2018, right? So it just goes to show you that this incident that has happened, it's already being leaked out, that we can tell that it was set up by the government themselves, man. And they're looking sloppy out there, all right?
Order out of chaos. The trick of creating chaos and then seizing power under the pretense of putting things back in order.
The pretense of creating chaos so that they can put things back in order. Prime example, talking about those caravans that's coming down from Central America. That's the Zebulonites, who are Israelites. Here it is. You have it to where Trump is saying that he's going to stop giving aid to Guatemala and Panama and all the other Central American countries. But at the very same time, though, he already gave the narrative that he depicted the people that south of the border to be robbers, murderers, rapists, terrorists, extortionists, all this. But at the very same time, you're the same individual who committed all those acts against them, all right? Because you even oppress a man, you covet fields and you oppress a man, and even his heritage, man, all right? So now you're trying to depict them as a terrorist, and like you said, didn't they dub that dude? He was a domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they dubbing him a domestic terrorist.
All these acts that just happened, they're calling them terrorists, and they're basically just building a case. They're going to categorize anybody outside of pro-American. You say so to say. Say us out here is really building a case on us. We're going to get deemed as terrorists, called Nazis, and all type of things because of these ignorant acts, that Esau's orchestrated. And even the dude that got arrested in Pittsburgh, some of his sayings, he was saying like all these Jews need to die, saying these people are the synagogue of Satan, and in an extent he's telling the truth, But again, the people aren't rational; they're irrational. So what are they going to do? Especially when they're making all this chaotic things are going on, they're going to go to the government and say, "Order out of chaos." The deception of war. No, the art of war is deception.
Yes,
all right, so
so
people don't understand is that we're in a war right now, and that's what people aren't understanding.
That's absolutely right, because when you go to war, because back in the times like when they had the civil wars, when they had the wars with the musket guns, it was foolish for me to stand across from another man with a gun and just to fire at him.
Yeah.
They're like at point blank range, like that's stupidity. So now they use something called strategy today. So when you're thinking about going to war, you had to use deception as well. All right, so basically what you do, you also use deception with distraction. Because now here it is, order AHBAD, right? You have all these distractions. That's why you have breads and circuses, man. You got college football going on. All right, we're halfway through the NFL season. The NBA season just started. The War Series, right, with the Dodgers. So all these things are happening. All of a sudden, boom, here comes this order. Here goes this chaos,
yeah.
Right? Because like we always say, whenever there's a major event that happens right here in America, it always happens around a time where there's a big distraction in America.
Yeah.
It's right now, sports is one of them, right? Sports is a major distraction. But see, they're not telling you about how India just got rid of all the treasure from America. How that China and Japan are all of a sudden, now they want, I think it's China and Japan, how all of a sudden now they want to start doing political, economic work with each other, going against America. They're not telling you how like you have Iranian small ships, boats, how they're following United States Navy ships as they come into their ports. It's about Iranian generals aboard, man. Or they're not telling you that the platform for World War III is set before you.
And that's what it is, because they want to make chaos here in the United States, and what's going to bring us all together, a major event. Just how 9/11, that's when the last time people said America was America. Because terrorist attacks, sometimes outside forces, it makes you embrace who people say they think they are, who are Americans. All right, so that's going to motivate people to this whole World War III thing that's going to start being pushed soon once this chaos is brought out of what? Out of martial law.
Exactly.
Back at order out of chaos, it's from the Latin, really, man. All right. It says the trick of creating chaos, then seizing power under the pretense of putting things back in order, right, is a tried and true method of deception and manipulation.
Yeah.
It is the meaning behind the Latin motto, ordo ab chaos, meaning order out of chaos.
Order out of chaos, meaning order out of chaos.
Manipulation, deception.
Manipulation, deception. Prime example, manipulation and deception. Prime example, let's think about the stock market when it crashed. When the stock market crashed, they had to reset the whole system. But prior to that, they didn't make it legal yet. Prior to that, he was able, the money is a borrowing, is a measuring instrument. But at one point, you was able to give this many ounces of gold for dollar bills, and whenever you want to get your gold back, come back with an X amount of dollars and get your gold. But then they shut down the gold standard, okay? But then it's when they had the stock market, so they had to reset the whole economic system, man. They created the chaos, and then they put the order into it. That's exactly what they're doing right now. We're going to create a state of fear, right? The best way to control the people is put them in the state of fear. Because when they said that Ebola was running rampant, you had people walking around with masks, surgical masks on their faces. But now because that fear is not working anymore, they're not concerned wearing surgical masks anymore. So whatever fear that they put out there amongst the people, they're gonna eat that up and run with it.
And also those, like you said, that fear of Ebola, the swine flu that's killing people, H1N1 virus, and a lot of that too is to promote vaccination.
Exactly.
To further kill you.
Depopulation.
Oh shit, you
Everything's
scare people. You know, you scare people into, oh, well, you need to get vaccinated. So Esau, he does a lot of things on the fear. You know, like, you know, when Eve, you know, the doctor told her, 3 pregnant women have died because they haven't got the flu shot. He tried to scare her into getting
the flu shot.
You know, 3 pregnant women have died, you know, because they haven't got the flu shot. So they like to go on fear mode to get you vaccinated, man.
Yep.
Immunization or whatever they call it.
Yep. Now you're right, immunization. But basically what it does, it really breaks down. It really breaks down. It really breaks down your immune system, man. All right. Yeah, man, this place is done, man. All right.
But that article you guys have.
Right, because right now they deem us as domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
All right. Ever since 9/11, you had something that was known as the Patriot Act, but this brother gonna bring out more information on that.
It says the Patriot Act has become a symbol of the massive expansion of government surveillance.
NSA, exactly. CIA, FBI. You know, because really when you're dealing with FBI, that's dealing only with domestic intel. When you deal with CIA, that's dealing with international intel. All right? Go ahead,
and if I may say this, you notice more cameras around, you know, on the street lights and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's just more, yeah, to promote that. You know, that kind of matters.
Absolutely. You could be at a light, and you know how you usually it hit yellow. You tap the gas a little bit, you skim through it. No police, you good. Well, now they'll send you a ticket in the mail now, because what they do, they got lights, right? They got cameras that'll flash a light at you and get your license plate now, man. So they're watching any and everything that you're doing. Prime example, I remember it was this app I used to use a lot, but I don't use it that much. It's called SHAM. So whenever you hear a song, you run this app and then it'll pick up the lyrics from the song and tell you who the artist in the song is. But now they said that for over 10 years, Shamaz, or whatever it's called, Shazam, they would listen to everything you were saying. So even when you wasn't even using the microphone, they were recording all of your vocal data, man. So they've been spying on you since the longest. Think about this as well. I ain't gonna rant too long. Let's go back into this. Remember you had AOL, right? It was only dial-up. Listen, you was able to go on the internet for free. All right, 400 free hours or 3 months free. Boom, you put this in, they come in the mail. AOL was constantly sending you those free discs in the mail for you to go online. Now that you have something called broadband, now you have IPS addresses like you used to. But
they can monetize it.
Now they can monetize it, and it's wireless. Yeah. All right, so now they can pinpoint your GPS. Cause everything used to be analog, now it's digital. When it's digital, it can be measured. What's what I'm looking for? It's gonna always have a carbon copy.
Yeah.
It's gonna even in the internet you have carbon copies. That's why they say certain things you download, no matter how much you erase it, no matter how if you can reset your whole phone, they can always take your laptop or your phone and they can look at all your recent history ever. You know what I'm saying? So hey, we already under police state.
It says after 9/11. So if you are concerned about excessive government surveillance, or if you've ever talked with someone who is, you've probably heard of it. Jumping down, it says the current fight in Congress over surveillance programs has led to a lot of confusion about whether the Patriot Act has expired. It hasn't.
Salaki, nope. Salaki, go ahead. I ain't let you finish. That's it.
It says it hasn't. Most of the Patriot Act is permanent, but 3 of the many individual provisions within the law expired or sunsetted at the end of May 2015.
Now check this out. The Patriot Act never really expired. All the Patriot Act was turned into was the NDAA Act, the National Defensive Authorization Act. So all they did was refurbish it. And the brother did bring out a piece of earlier. I was reading it. Let me bring this out real quick. This is from the brother. Man, that brother put a lot of peace up. Ezekiel 21:9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It's sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it might glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son, and as every tree. So in other words, the Lord said he gonna bring out his sword amongst Idumea. So should we be in the house of mirth? No, we shouldn't. That's why we got here prophesying. And he that have given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it unto the hand of the slayer. And the slayer is going to be who? Esau. That's why the Heavenly Father said he laid a snare upon himself, man. A trap upon his own self. He tripping himself up. All right? Because now all the other nations who are weak like him, then now they have the same strength. But we're not going to veer off from what the brother's bringing out. You have more on that?
It says, the bill passed overwhelmingly. Only one. It says, the bill passed overwhelmingly. Only one senator, Russ Fingal of Wisconsin, voted against it. It says, protecting the homeland. The Patriot Act covered a lot of ground. Some of its provisions have since been struck down by the courts.
See, they say that, but see, when you go into a state of martial law, that's when you suspend the Constitution. The Constitution is suspended. Well, in other words, it has lost its authority. Because when you're under martial law, you have executive orders where they can actually control the telecommunications, the gas line, the water lines, the electricity. And that shows you in that movie, Live Free or Die, with Bruce Willis. He said the three main infrastructures of America is basically the gas, the water, and the telecommunications and the generators, man. All right, it's 3 points. So once you shut all that down, the entire place, it's like the entire place is hit by what you call an EMP. All right, an electromagnetic pulse, man. So then with all the telecommunications, everything is run off of electricity. All right, even the water's run off electricity, man. All right. Cars, everything is run off electricity. Even your phone. So let's say they cut down the receivers that actually receive the signals from the satellite for you to use your phone. If they cut that to the telecommunication off, now you can't call your people, man. Yeah. Now you can't watch videos. Now you can't make the text message. All right. So once you cut off all telecommunication, that causes what? A disarray. People become bewildered. They're in a state of as a matter of fact, the whole place turned into a state of anarchy. Because anarchy means lawless. That becomes complete mayhem. So now that we created the chaos, now we got to bring the order. But these people are so stupid, they can't understand that the Patriot Act was against them. Because that you can't do this. Why are you treating me like I'm black? I'm white.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. But listen, you still, if you got a Social Security number, you're still under the law of this land as well. Whether you're an Edomite, all right, whether you're a Moabite, whether you're an Israelite. Okay? So you got to think about that, man. Domestic terrorists. Anybody that's living on this land, you are deemed a terrorist. So that means that they can snatch you up and they don't have to take you to trial. They can just throw you into a cage. What do you think they're doing right now with the Northern Kingdom? Prior to this caravan, man. I mean, earlier this year they've been talking about how you have Northern Kingdom in cages, man. Our children being raped, our children being used as target practice and everything. Them our kids too, the Northern Kingdom. But see, this caravan is coming in. That's no different. See, they already have our people in what you call concentration camps. All right, they're doing it with the Northern Kingdom right now. But you so-called Negroes, you niggas out here, man, you still think that you're exempt from that, man. All right, and you so-called white people, you Edomites, you think you're exempt as well. It's everybody that comes against this, this new world order that's about to come, right? So everybody's domestic terrorists. For prime example, the dude that did the so-called bombing, all right, which never happened. They already saying this man can get 48 years for this act. But the man hasn't even had trial yet. So
already calling him a terrorist.
Already calling him a terrorist. Oh, I could have sworn America said thou art innocent until proven guilty. You're already proving this man guilty. And you haven't even given him a co-defendant, a paralegal, a public defender. I say co-defendant. A public offender, man. Defender. Right.
The law created a slew of new federal crimes related to terrorism, created federal funds to assist victims of terrorism, and gave the federal government a range of new powers.
So it gave them a range of new power. In other words, it expanded their authority, man.
To track and seize money being used by organizations connected to terrorism.
So they can track and seize your money, all right? And they can also say that you're a part of a corporation that basically supports terrorism.
And that's why they want to get rid of money.
That's why you gotta get rid of money.
Right there.
Because you can't trace money.
Exactly.
You can't trace money. And also, even with these drug dealers today, man, you can't trace what they're doing. You can see them driving, got gold in their mouth, got all these tattoos, smelling like a pound. but Esau can't track that money. That's why what they do, they do something called washing their money, man. You know, like a nigga in the hood that sell dope, he gonna get some stripper bitch, put a house in her name, you know, give her a barber shop, you know, or a beauty supply store, something like that, a beauty salon store, you know, a hairdresser store, whatever.
Money laundering.
And then he'll money the water. He money laundering, man. I'm gonna put money into your shop. That X amount of money that you make, boom. I want you to go ahead and write this off and make this money clean now. So now I got clean money and I got dirty money. But see, Esau can't track that. But now with everything, becomes electronic and digital, now they're gonna be able to track you. So let's say that boom, a drug dealer give this bitch $100,000. Well, guess what? They gotta do it electronically. So now they gonna come knocking on her door. Excuse me, Vancrisha Holmes. They say that you been wired $100,000. Where did you get it from? Well, they can just freeze your account. You know, they got the authority to do that now. All right.
6 things that can happen during martial law. All right. In case you don't know, martial law is when the government takes over a designated territory, suspends constitutional rights, and enforces authoritarian power with the use of the military. So, your commander-in-chief or whatever, yo, he ain't in control of that no more.
Right. The general,
yeah,
he's not controlling anymore. Because it goes back to executive, it goes back to, say it again?
It says, and enforces authoritarian power with the use of the military.
Right, so it basically suspends the military's power, so to say.
And then, that's why when you join the military, you sign that oath. Foreign, you swear to defend against foreign and domestic.
But they know that the people are not going to fight against it. They're not going to put their own people in the concentration camps. So what they going to do? They're going to try and fight against America. That's why you have the elders always been saying they're going to use people from NATO UN troops. Those NATO troops, man, they're going to use them against you. All right, so that's why they had to create a new law to where it basically goes against the United States military having power. But they're going to turn against the government. Yep. Come on, they train these individuals to be murderers, all right, to be hunters, to be assassins. Now all of a sudden, I'm changing the plan. Now the same people who you claim you was fighting and defending for, I'm going to deem them terrorists now. Wait a minute. I thought we was fighting for these people. How you going to call my people terrorists? Oh, no, now we're going to fight against you. No, you're not. No, we're going to have the UN troops come in to hold everything down.
And the majority of those troops that are here in the military now, they're going to be in World War III. So
they're not going to even be here. The water for you saying that. That's beautiful. So half the troops going to be gone. So guess what? There's no hedge for the home.
That's why the apostle always said, when your husbands and your nephews and sons go over there, they're not coming back.
They're not.
They done.
A lot more
once they get deployed, that's why the scriptures say the women shall cry because they men shall be slain by the sword in the war.
Yeah.
You know, that's in Apocrypha. All right?
Beautiful.
It says, I'll find it in a second.
No, Spirit, you go ahead, you break that down.
It says, suspends the constitutional rights and enforces authoritarian power with the use of military. All right, so the military is a weapon. So what? They use the military to go against the citizens. Because remember, the U.S. soldiers are like drones, man. I need you guys to do this, and whatever they being told to do, they have to execute that, man. So whether if it's domestic citizens or foreign citizens, oh well, this is the order we've been given. Let's go over there and do it. Because it's many times that those soldiers will come back and say, yeah, man, the things I did over there, I wasn't proud of. I killed women, I killed children, you know, but it was all under orders. You know, they hate that shit. But what? They was under a contract and under orders. They was controlled by someone. All right. It says basic civilian rights such as trial before imprisonment. All right,
trial before imprisonment.
Basic civilian rights. That's a right, a trial before you get a sentence to a prison sentence. You got to go to trial. That's your right. That's your right. All right. It says basic civilian rights such as trial before imprisonment and other democratic processes are limited or suspended completely. So your right to a free trial that's suspended. Suspended during martial law. All right. If you been accused of a crime, let me go to trial. Let me be a lawyer. No, all that's out the way under martial law. All right. It says every democracy has the potential for martial law. Martial law usually happens during something like a large riot, a terrorist attack, right, or a large-scale natural disaster. During frightening events like these, many people prefer to give up their rights so they can have the peace of mind an authoritarian government offers. So that's how they gonna do it. That's what they say. We don't have to take the rights from these people. We don't have to take the guns from the people. They gonna willingly give us their rights so they can have peace, so they can have that peace of mind, so they can have what's he ain't going back to order out of chaos. You want order, you gotta give up these rights. You gotta give up your rights to walk the streets. You gotta give up your rights. The First Amendment, what, to bear arms? No, that's the Second Amendment. It's lucky, I believe. Second Amendment, to bear arms. The First Amendment, I believe, is free speech. All right. It says many people prefer to give up their rights so they can have the peace of mind authoritarian government offers. Who needs rights as long as you can feel safe from looters, right?
Right.
You know?
Who needs rights as long as you can feel safe, man? I'm willing to relinquish my liberty. All right? I'm willing to relinquish my liberty. And then when you go into the word liberty, that word liberty doesn't literally mean freedom. That word liberty means that you're able, that you basically have freedom under circumstances, under certain circumstances. Like for instance, when you was talking, if you want to leave the United States, you can leave the United States, but only under what, a 3-month period, unless you be given special honors, unless you be given a special specification to stay over there longer, man. So you have liberty, but you still got to abide under these rules, man.
Because we're owned.
So exactly, you're owned. You have a social security number, so you're owned.
You have to come back.
You have to come back because you're a property. You're my property. It's kind of like I send this slave to this resident. I send this slave to this plantation. He has to come back, just like a 12-year slave. When Patsy went to the other plantation. Well, technically, if that evil-ass Edomite wanted to come over there and snatch her up and drag her back, he could do that because she was his property. All right, just like you, anybody that has social security number, you are an American's property as well.
It says the trouble is there have been instances where martial law has gone too far. In the video below, you'll see what happened after Hurricane Katrina, and it got a guy holding a gun, and you know, during that time, there's going to people's houses, knocking door to door, Hurricane Katrina, and taking the guns from them, man. You know, saying, okay, it's temporarily guns confiscation. All right, we taking your guns, you'll get them back. You know, that was going on. I saw a video of them going to an old woman's house. All right,
and
they slammed her ass on the ground and took her gun from her.
Yep. Martial law has been implemented a few times already in the United States, so it's not a foreign thing. So it happened in what, South Dakota with the pipeline. Was it South or North Dakota? Yeah, they went to martial law, so it's not a foreign thing to the government to employ martial law.
Yeah, it happened during that time. You said the pipeline.
Yeah.
It happened also. It happened also in the Boston bombing, the Boston Marathon bombing. We already know about 9/11. It happened then. All right.
It says here are a few things to expect during martial law, and what you can do to ensure yourself safety.
So you don't think you can expect. So they're telling you this is what's going to happen.
Yep. Confiscation of firearms.
So they tell you that they're going to take your firearms, basically your defense.
The Second Amendment, right?
Your Second Amendment, because the Constitution is done away with.
It says one of the first things to occur under martial law is the confiscation of firearms. Any civilian with a firearm will be deemed a threat.
So you're going to be deemed a threat if you have a firearm, man. So in other words, you're not a threat if you don't have a weapon.
Yep.
Right?
Which means it's important to hide your weapons in places that only you and trusted family was bullshit. Man.
Yeah, because they still gonna line you up and throw you in the concentration camp.
All right.
But that's that militia talk. That's militia talk right there. Right? What these are militias gonna try to do.
It says expect to be searched without cause.
So you're gonna be
another
searched.
right to be given up.
And you know what? That's no different than That's no different than what was before. A traffic stop. What they call it, a routine traffic stop. Like, why do you put me over? It's just a routine traffic stop. Can I get your license and registration? What kind of law is that? You just randomly pull people over? What kind of law is that?
Expect to be searched without cause.
Expect to be searched
What's
without
your probable
cause.
cause?
Exactly. What is your probable cause? But guess what?
That's done away with.
That's done away with. If you ask what's your probable cause, guess what? I have no probable cause. The Patriot has no probable cause. That's what they can say. All right, go ahead on.
It says, expect to be searched without cause. Anything that's found on you is in danger of being taken.
Right. Even your children.
Yeah. Keep this in mind when going out so that you don't lose something valuable to whatever. All right. It says curfew. Second thing, number 2 is curfew. Curfew under martial law will be strictly enforced.
Strictly enforced. Because it's harder to see you at night. So we want you inside before the sun go down. Right?
All right. And it is inadvisable to break it. In the event that you must go out past curfew, be prepared. Whatever. All right.
But you know what? That's no different than like whenever you have all these movies where you have these apocalyptic events. People always try to find refuge. They be like, the sun's going down. Okay, you need to set up camp. All right, because you don't want to be moving in the dark. Because guess what? Somebody can't see you, then you can't see somebody else as well. So you sit there, you rest there, and you camp out. But see, they telling you that because they basically want to monitor your whereabouts at all times. All right, in case they want to come, and lay their hammer down on you. Go ahead up.
It says restriction of free speech. Number 3. Your constitutional rights are void under martial law.
God, hold on. Yeah, brother. These laws is not new. Like the Patriot Act came about during the time of 9/11. All right, and they just called it the NDA Act. In other words, right now everybody's deemed a domestic terrorist. So you think you have liberty and freedom here, but you really don't. Because if they ever want to deem you as a threat to an American, or if you're a threat on American soil, they can take you without trial. Okay, they can do that. Talk to you about the day.
Restriction of free speech.
Oh, hold on. Prime example, Alex Jones. They shut down him on Twitter and all these social media sites. And then also plenty other culprits who also had their own alternative media sites. So freedom of speech, that's also being tarnished right now. They call it hate speech, even in some instances, man. All right? Go ahead up.
Restriction of free speech. Your constitutional rights are void under martial law. So it's best to keep your opinions to yourself.
Right. Because the fact is, we running things now. So regardless of how you feel, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I served this long, that doesn't matter. Now it boils down to, this is a new world.
I'm a U.S. veteran. I've been in there 30, 40 years.
I've done 6 tours. Go ahead.
Even reading down, those descriptions, you can see the symptoms. It's already here today. For example, if you get pulled over by the police, you're not going to win the argument with the police officer. Who's going to win the argument? The man in the car with the hand on the wheel, or the man with the gun? That's what they want to take away our guns. They're slowly taking away our rights, and it comes down. All it comes down to is the closing of this new world order. All right, the beast system. All right.
It says there will be people who object to martial law, and those that loudly protest will suffer.
And those that loudly protest will suffer. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Whatever you prophesy, you really protesting. That's what we're doing right now. All right? Go ahead up.
A protester during martial law is likely to be in prison and possibly shot.
So even at that time, man, that's why the elder said the famine of the word is coming. The famine of the word is going to come pretty soon. Because when they start implementing that martial law, you're not going to be out here on the streets. You're not going to be out here in the streets anymore. Let alone, we don't even know if the internet's going to be on, man. All right?
Number 4, forcible removal from property. Just because you own a land or house you live in doesn't mean you'll be allowed to stay there once martial law is in place.
Yep.
And you see that on a minor scale.
That's what I'm saying.
When hurricanes come.
Yeah.
You guys get out a
get
mandatory evacuation.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And they said what? During a major disaster.
Yeah.
All right. It says just because you own the land or house you live in doesn't mean you'll be allowed to stay there once martial law is in place.
Hey, and also another way to prove that is something called landlords, all right? Because you don't even own that plot. You can buy a house that's on land. Yeah, you own that house, but guess what? That's also their lot. That plot, that land is there. So then let's say that they find out that's going underneath your house. They're trying to come at you with a little bit of money. They give you some money, but then 9 times out of 10, they're gonna find a way. Well, you know what? This is government land right here. We're gonna confiscate this land pretty soon. And did the same thing in South Dakota with the pipeline. That's supposed to be a sacred land to them. And they said, fuck your land. You finna make the pipeline here. You know?
Number 5, confiscation of food supplies. Along with your firearms, military forces may choose to take your food supplies as well as other basic living essentials. Alright? If you have any medicine you need, hide it somewhere, because, hey, they can take that from you. Alright? And that's pretty much it on that one. Number 6, detained or imprisoned at will. For whatever reason, you may be imprisoned by military forces without provocation. They may find you suspicious or threatening, mistake you for someone else, or just hate your face, which is pretty much what they can do, man.
It already happens today. Remember that video you put up about the gamers getting their house broken in because someone talking about, you know, they're terrorists and whatnot. They don't need a cause to take over your possessions.
All right, that's pretty much it. All right, so confiscation of food, detained in prison at will. All right, forcible removal from your property, restriction of free speech, curfews, and confiscation of firearms. That's what all to expect during martial law. All right, so all your rights as a U.S. citizen are gone. Your freedom, so-called freedom, is gone under martial law.
Yep. Now, I want to bring this out here as well. And you have something called the Posse Comitatus Act, all right? And it basically says, whoever, except in cases and under circumstances expressly authorized by the Constitution or Act of Congress, willfully uses any part of the Army or the Air Force as a Posse Comitatus or otherwise to execute the laws shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 2 years or both. But it also goes in to tell you that the Posse Comitatus Act means that the United States government or military cannot occupy your house. But when it comes to martial law, they can confiscate your food, they can occupy your house, they can take anything that you own. Technically, even your children not even your own, because as soon as your child is born, what's the first thing they slap on your child? A social security number and a birth certificate. All right? Because whenever prime example, whenever America does international trade, and whenever they send goods on those big boats, what they call them boats?
Cargo?
Them cargo boats, yeah, with them shipping containers. As soon as the captain get off the ship, he has something called the bill of lading. If you ever deliver like goods to a company, or even if you do school, they always got to sign off with something. But if you actually delivering retail products and stuff like that, they have something called a bill of lading. That bill of lading is also known as a birth certificate, all right, when it comes over the land. But not B-I-R-T-H, it's B-E-R-T-H, meaning that it's coming from out of the water. That's why we have birth certificates. When you talk about birth certificate, we become a product of the United States government. Because as soon as you're born, you're deemed your birth, you have a birth certificate because you were born on this land. Since you were born on American soil, you are the property of the American government. That's why you also have a social security number. That social security number goes back to your serial number, all right? Just like a serial number you have for any product that you sell in the store. You got to scan any and everything out of the store, all right? The Esau can track that. That's why they want to get rid of the dollar bill. Because come on, if a Jake making $100,000 a month off of selling dope, Esau not taxing that money. So all that is untaxed revenue. They're making all that money back. Esau not getting a piece of that pot. So that's why they want to get rid of the dollar bill.
That right there is really important to the finishing up their New World Orders, getting rid of this dollar bill.
Right. So going back to all right. So with that being said, going back into you being a birth certificate, you have a birth certificate, you have a social security number. We all belong to the American government, man. All right. So if the military wants to occupy your house and you have children, guess what? They can take your daughter. They can take your wife. They can do whatever they want because you're not under the Constitution no more. You wanna know why? Because it's gonna be a lawless society. There's gonna be so many people out here being murdered, being robbed, being tortured, being raped, that you think that all the people who commit those acts to you are going to appear before a court? No, it's going to be a lawless society.
And they already don't today.
Exactly. already don't on the grand scale. All right, so then the Constitution is going to be put out. It's going to be suspended.
Yeah. Esau say, fuck it.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 10. And as my hand have found the kingdoms of the idols, in whose graven images did excel.
Also, lock it. 10 and 1.
10 and 1.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Isaiah chapter.
Yeah, Isaiah 10 and 1. So lock it.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees,
Right.
and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Read it one more time.
Isaiah 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
So they write unrighteous decrees, which gives grievousness, man. So when you think about all the laws that's passed here in America, it's grievous to mainly our people, really, man. Yeah. Right? That's really what it's boiling down to, right?
Verse 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
So we are the poor. And that's what they're taking away our right. Like even right now, we have so-called the right we have the right to the freedom of speech. So right now we can speak freely. They're trying to take that right away as well, man. Okay? Okay. We'll get that word prescribed, Bishop? Yeah. So right now we're going to go into that word prescribed as well. So martial law and the police state is on the verge, man. All right? But that's why the brother brought up earlier, man, we should not even be in the house of birth, man. We should be in the house of mourning. The brother brought out a precept real quick. Oh, let me see on 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, right? They shall not regard their kings and princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're not gonna regard any of the government officials, man. They're not gonna regard any of them. All right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that it said regard the kings or princes, right? Because what do kings and princes issue? Orders. All right, they have rules. But what? There's not going to be any power. The only power that's going to be on American soil is your resources, man. Whatever you have to offer, that's what's going to cause that sedition. All right, there's going to be a lack of food, a lack of water. All right, and ultimately a lack of hearing the words, man. The words of prophecy, the words of the Spirit of the Lord. All right, which was given unto the prophets. Because we're not going to. Once this word is, once the internet is cut off, all right, it's going to be free for all out here, man. And not a game. It's going to be real life out here, man. All right.
If I may say this too, you know, that oh shit, back up, I'm a police officer, all that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're a police officer, what does that mean? You know? Like, this is a life and death situations here. So that authority of you just being a police officer or I'm a firefighter, you need to calm down, all that shit. You know, man, come on, man. You're going to get ran through.
I'm a U.S. Coast Guard.
Yeah, like nobody not going to care about that.
Nah, man. No one's going to care that, dude. Yeah.
This is the word prescribed. It's the Hebrew word kathar. It says to write, record, enroll, to write, inscribe, engrave, write in, write on.
So it said the righteous decree. We know a decree is a law. So in other words, that legislation is the ones that's write these laws that's being implemented right in front of everyone's face. But people not watching C-SPAN because as these major events happen in sports and entertainment, they pass these laws so that when they come, they'll justify it in it. They'll put it right underneath their nose, man. So they get you with the bread and circuses because America's on a decline. It's circling down the drain.
And that's why people don't revolt because they're being fed, so to say, with these liberties. But once it's taken away, that's where you can see this whole place is gonna go berserk.
Yep.
Psalms 58 and you said 2 or 58 and 10? The Psalms is 58 and 2. Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
So in your heart, in your heart,
you work wickedness.
In your heart and your mind, you work wickedness, man. You set it up to where to where you have all these tragedies, all these instances happening, they occur because in your mind, you trying to thrive off that wickedness that's been bestowed upon you, man. Because the Lord said, yeah, the Lord, what it says, the Lord God created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, man. All right? So the wicked have been created and they've been engulfed with wickedness, man. America's on a decline, all right? Prepare for a global economic reset.
In that Pittsburgh shooting, at least 11 people dead.
At least 11 dead now. All right?
They got, they got the faces of these people.
They got them
crying and shit.
I wonder if the picture accessible.
Bro, don't she like the same chick?
That's always
everywhere. Be everywhere crying.
Probably.
Yeah.
Bro, they like the same chick, bro.
They're called crisis actors.
Crisis actors, man. And they always get and they always get the perfect. They always get that perfect cry.
HD, you know what I mean?
HD.
No blur.
Hey, they get the tear right when it's. Hey, the tear ain't even jump all the way down.
Right.
They get it when they get like halfway. Get it right there. They had the Nikon cameras so they can get like 15 snaps a second. Come on, man, get the best picture. Yeah, that's what these doubles do, man.
And it's gonna happen to where it's just gonna speed up because you notice it'll be one, then it'll be like 6 months later, it'll be another one. Soon it's gonna be.
It's gonna close in.
Back to back, back to back, back to back.
Repeatedly.
Repeated. So-called acts of terrorism.
Right.
Right,
exactly. No.
It says, "Yea, in your heart you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth."
Yeah. Right. So you weigh the violence. Can you give me You got something? You give me Genesis 27, 30, 38. You weigh the violence of what he says again?
You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. You give me Job 9:24. Right? You know that? Come on real quick. And this brother now, they say he weighed the violence by his hands in the earth. Now we're gonna pull out Job 9:24. Now most of you who watching, you know this precept. We're bringing out for those who could possibly come and watch this feed later on. All right?
Yeah, when, what?
Yeah, when they playing, huh?
Yeah. God. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So it said the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. All right? So that means that that's possession of the earth and it's the wicked. And it said, what it said, it weighs the what?
You weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
So you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth, man. So all the violence that we see, we can weigh it out and understand it's coming from you.
Yeah.
That's why I said that your sins have gone up to heaven.
Because he thinks he's God.
Exactly. Keep going up.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
And also to show who the wicked is, who's giving judgment, and also the power to forgive sins on earth. YAHAWASHI. He's the judge. He's the greatest judge of them all. That's why in Hebrews, what it says in Hebrews, it is evident that our Lord spake from the tribe of Judah, which Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. Because the priests are the ones supposed to deal with the law, who are the judges, but YAHAWASHI was the head judge. So who do you know today depict YAHAWASHI as being a so-called white man? Esau Edom, the so-called white man himself. I've never seen the Chinese YAHAWASHI, Jesus Christ. I've never seen the Saudi Arabian Jesus Christ. I've never even seen the African Buddhist sculpture look at Jesus Christ, man. I've never seen the Hawaiian look at Jesus Christ. All been Esau Edom. So that's going to show you who the wicked is and who also wearing the violence of the earth. Covering the faces of the judges thereof. Go ahead, up.
If not, where and who is he?
So if it ain't Esau, then where and who is it, man? Who's causing all this violence, man? Who's causing all these false flags, all right? Who's writing all these sanctions in all the other countries, all right? Why is the stock market declining, okay? Why are there shootings all in these schools? Why you got all these false flags? Why you got homosexuals reading books to your children in school, man? Come on, let's Esau Edom, okay?
Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Now this was during the time when Jacob got the blessing from Esau. All right, he didn't steal it, he supplanted him. Jacob didn't supplant. All right, he said, give me your birthright and I give you this meat. Go ahead.
Bless me, even me also, on my father.
And that goes back to, what is that? Hebrews 12:16. Be not a profane person like Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And though he cried and tried to seek repentance, the Lord said he never get repentance, man. He never get forgiveness. He saw that carefully with tears. He saw that carefully with tears. And here you go right here. Go ahead, on.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Like you do all day, crying a day. Everyone, man, I love you. I have black friends. Okay, forgive me. And then 5 minutes later, fuck you in the ass. Jehovah says you're gay.
That's Esau on the head.
Esau, man. He lost that blessing.
Verse 39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
So your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Go ahead.
and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
They're talking about Esau eating the so-called white man. Right there, he's saying, your fatness is the earth in the dew of heaven. You control the earth, you control the heavens up there. That's why I said, you exalted yourself above the stars, man. You lay your nest amongst the stars, man. That's in the scriptures. So right there, it goes to tell you that, and also you're gonna serve your brethren. You haven't served that yet, all right? And then it said you shall break our yoke. Yeah, you broke our yoke, but at the very same time, though, you still oppressed us perpetually with that perpetual hatred. What's that? Ezekiel, you gotta get Ezekiel 36 and 35. Okay, you still had a perpetual hatred, but it's still going. It's all right back around that Psalms 50, 58 and 2. Sorry, can you get it from over there? I got it. Last piece of it.
Genesis 27 verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Hey, that goes back to the perpetual hatred, man. They had the perpetual hatred towards Esau, towards Jacob from Esau. That's why the scripture is also a stumbling block to the wicked. Because there are people can't believe it. How the hell we are genetically more closely how are we more closely closer to Esau Edom, the so-called white man by genetics, but we look nothing like them, man. Come on, man. It all goes by your father, your seed line, man. All right.
Psalms 58 verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
Right.
Read on.
Yeah.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Right.
They go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies.
So as soon as they come from the womb, they be speaking lies, man. And that lie goes back to even to this day, how you got these little young 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old Edomites, you know, they be on PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, you nigger and all this. Who you think telling them that? Who the hell you think telling them lies that they're better than us, that they're white, all right? That we rule the world, okay? That we're the scum of the earth, that we're terrorists, that we're thugs, that we're gangsters. They tell that they learned it from their grandfather and their grandparents, man. They're in their biological father, man. All right, so they've been taught lies since they came out of the womb, and they also been made to teach lies, man. Okay, that's you know who the devil is. They all that follow the devil. The devil go back to diablos, which means slanderer or liar. And that's all they do throughout the whole world. Tell lies. Hey, and remember earlier we were watching it on RT. They said I would not be surprised if this bummy could be from Russia.
Yeah,
I'm like, get out of here. Why you trying to blame Russia for this? You blame Russia for trying to tamper with the votes for the presidency. Everything Russia. Russia this, Russia
Never
that.
Esau's fault.
Yeah, about the poisoning. Remember the dude got poisoned? They said he died. Kind of found out he wasn't even dead. He was in critical condition in the hospital. I like, you just tell them but lies, man. You know? Forger of lies. Come on, now. That's beautiful. Go ahead.
Says, the poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. The poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
No poison like the poison of a serpent. All right, like a deaf otter. All right, I mean like an otter. What say the otter, right?
Deaf
or asp.
adder.
It says asp too. Yeah, that's a poisonous snake. All right, so the word they speak unto you, man, is poison. All right, you gotta understand that. It's like most women when you talk to them, what they say, that girl is poison. Poison. Like, listen to what she say, man. She ain't got no man. You could be over there with her going crazy, you know, dancing in the sheet. All of a sudden, some nigga kicked down the door with a gun. Poison. Same thing with Esau Edom. They'll tell you one thing. Oh, vote. We all are one. We all love you. next thing you know, man, our people still get persecuted to this day, man.
That's why Esau went to the woman in the garden.
They didn't go to the man because they are the weaker vessel.
They one and one hand in hand.
That's why the scripture says, "She that is my enemy, she shall see it in that day." Solomon said, "Out of 1,000 women, I found not one." Right? That is true. He went to the women. Same thing in hardcore bondage. He used our women against us, man. All right. And Elder Apostle Hart even said this. I'm not gonna venture off. If you ever want to look at the condition of a nation, look at their women. So look at the condition of our women, all right, compared to their women, and they the wicked. All right, we've been conquered, man, because our children passed through them, you know. Anyway,
okay. Psalms 58 verse 5, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
Right. In other words, when they talk about not hearken to the voice of charmers, think about their allies. United States of America, they don't want to hearken to the voice. They don't want to hearken to the voice of. They don't want to hearken to their own allies now. All right, especially coming up. Prime example, coming out of that nuclear treaty from 1989. You don't even want to listen to you don't even want to see your own allies, man, saying that that's not a good move. All right, even pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal, that's not a good move. All right, even saying that you're gonna start funding, that you're gonna start helping and funding EU nations because they haven't paid up their dividends to you. Because you pimping them, man, you extorting them. Every year the EU has to pay America a certain percentage of tax. What the fuck? But since they ain't been doing it, we're not gonna back you. All right, so you only walk to the voice of your own charmers. All right, because Esau really the snake charmer and he the snake. You know? You get it from me up?
Habakkuk 1.
Habakkuk 2.
Habakkuk 2:2. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain unto tables, that he may run that read it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
So the vision is yet for an appointed time. And that appointed time that we can see right now before us. So the vision right now is for us, men of the Lord, to see. All right, because the rest are blinded, but we're not blinded, man. We have that light. So we're waiting for that time. Keep going.
But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
No, we're talking about the martial law that's going to come pretty soon. You have to have numerous attacks happen prior to them bringing water out of this chaos, man. Because these people are not in a state of chaos. They're still over here watching football games, screaming, woo! Watching Major League World Series and all that. These people are still in their mirth. They're not in a state of chaos, all right?
Though it tarry, wait for it.
Right, so even though they keep doing a little false flag, they keep trying to do a little domestic terrorist acts, though it's tarry, you wait for it. Because trust me, it's going to come sooner or later.
Because it will surely come.
Right.
It will not tarry.
It will not tarry. Keep going.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
So the one who is lofty, who is high, all right, the Lord said that he's been lifted up and his spirit is not right in him, man. Matter of fact, hold that. You got something?
Yeah, I got something. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
So the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. And also the beginning, the end of a thing is better than the beginning. All right, understand that? And right now we're at the end. Because think about how we got here. We got here on cargo slave ships, and they also, when they got here, they slaughtered and murdered our people who are also the natives of this land. So the beginning of us living here in America has been bitter. Like the word America, go back to the word Madigo, which means bitter, man. So the end of this thing, seeing it fall, seeing it being deprived, deteriorating, man, we rejoice at this, man. We rejoice at these things happening. But 2/3 of our people who are like those Israelites that came out of Egypt saying, oh, the Lord just brought us here to kill us, let us starve right here. Hey, the same people, man, them the same ones right now who reject the word, who out there voting with Trump. This brother showed me a video on RT, man. They showed Trump up there talking, having a speech. Every hand we saw that was recording Trump. Straight J. I don't even see either my hand. They out there got they woo clapping. Coming from whoever the terror is, him, her, it doesn't matter. They all laughing. I'm like, Jake's stupid, man. That's our people right there, bro. All right? they love oppression. They trust oppression. Go ahead up, Brother Bishop.
But the just live by his faith.
Right, so how are we living? We're living by our faith, man. Right, understanding that Esau high and lofty right now, that he been exalted. Our people want the same piece of their constellation. That's Esau's constellation. Esau, the earth was given to his hand. He living by the sword. So he's supposed to be doing that. You in prison. You don't even see it, man. But you want to know why? Because them spirits got you fooled. All right, them demons, man, all that witchcraft got you bewildered, got you possessed, taking selfies. All right, thinking you a white girl. That bitch treasure on the Dr. Phil show. Talk about our whole people, man. Our people are delusional. They're gone. All right, go ahead up.
Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. That wine goes back to a philosophy, or that wine will go back to a decree, all right? Which goes back to him writing all the international laws, man. Exactly, writing all the international laws, all right? So they going, read it again?
Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
He transgressed by wine. The scripture said wine is a mocker. Now this is talking about parabolic talk. So guess what? They drunk it from their power. You know what? I don't like. You know what? I don't like the fact that you winked at me. Put the sanctions on me. That's how Esau think, man. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You remember when Putin was talking? It's like America, they're a superpower, and they think they have the right to
police the world.
Yeah, to police the world, and pretty much, you know, do what the hell they want to do as far as sanctions and putting sanctions on people. He say, really, that's the demise of an empire. You know, a great mistake that they making. You know, a typical mistake of a great empire. You know what I mean? So once again, they drunk off of that power they got, man.
You know, but let's think about somebody drunk, knocking out a tin like a madman. Yeah. They bashing their heads in the walls and shit. You know, jumping out of the car. But Esau considers himself as a madman by his power, which he's written with these philosophies, with these doctrines, these unrighteous decrees. So just like Putin said, man, people are like, man, you lost your mind right now, okay? But that's to the demise of your nation. This is all Psalm 17:3. Arise, O Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right, we know that Esau Edom is the sword of the heavenly Father. He's the one that's doing the chastening amongst our people. Okay, go ahead up.
He is a proud man.
Go ahead.
Oh, he is a proud man.
Oh, he's a what?
He is a proud man.
The water for you saying that. The brother just put this right here. Obadiah 1:3. The water. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, which go back to the caveman, Esau Edom, whose habitation is high. So whenever you look at the CEO office, the CEO office is always the very top floor, and the entire floor is sometimes mainly be their office. All right. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So as they sit on the top of the mountain, which is the top of all these nations, they say to themselves, okay, I will put these sanctions on you, but who amongst you is gonna stop me? Their pride has deceived them, man. All right. The water for that.
Neither keepeth at home.
Neither keepeth at home, which is why they occupy over 130-some countries. All right. Go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
So he enlarged his desire as hell. All right. And what's hell? Hell is the opposite hell is the opposite of heaven. Like prime example, take your vacation down to Caicos. Oh, this is beautiful, man. This is like heaven on earth. But if you live in the ghetto, if you live in Chicago, in the south side, man, you hearing gunshots all day, heard about another robbery, some old lady got beat up. Man, you in hell, man. You scared to go to the store to get you a bag of potatoes, man. But that's what Esau do. They enlarge of hell all around the world, all right? And they do it unrighteously. And they do it by the force of the sword. That's how you know who Esau Edom is today, man. Go ahead up.
And is as death.
And as his death, all right?
And cannot be satisfied.
And they cannot be satisfied. Now they want more land. Now they want to pass more legislation, man. They want full control of everything now. All right, that's the mind of Esau Edom, man. All right, that's his MO, so to say. That's why the Lord said, if the thief come up not, thinking that he come up not to steal and to kill, all right, and also we have enough. No, he won't. He won't say, oh, man. even planets now.
Yeah.
That's why they make movies like Elysium and shit. They don't destroy this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's go there.
They can't live here. Let's go destroy.
Yeah,
That's what Esau's been here for. He's a destroyer. He's against nature. Alright, let me finish out this precept. But gathereth unto him all nations, and reapeth.
And gather unto him all nations, man. You know, like we always say, it's every nation that's in here. All right, it's every nation in here that's around the world. You got Elam, you know, you got Moab, you got Ammon. You know, every nation is on the planet is here in America. All right, America was that golden cup. You know, the scriptures say Babylon has been a golden cup in the hand of the Lord. All right, why? That main attraction. They you know, it was that facade that when you go there, streets was gonna be paved with gold. You know, everybody knows about New York City. Every time they come here, what they do? They go to New York City. Every heathen nation that come here, they gotta get to New York. All right. So what? Babylon has been that golden cup. It was that main attraction unto all the nations. Go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
And heapeth unto him all people. All people are here in America. From every country, you got somebody here, right here in America, man. All right, you go into a damn grocery store. Soon you go in a grocery store, you hearing all different language. You think you're in a foreign country, man. You hearing Spanish. You hear Elam speaking that Punjabi shit. All right, you hear Moab. You know, man. Every time you go somewhere, you hear another language, or you see some heathen nation, man. Heapeth unto him all people. They come here. When those nations come here, they give them. They get benefits. They get loans to start a business. All right. Why? Just to attract all these people, all these different people, come here to America. Go ahead.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him? And a taunting proverb against him?
Another thing, how heapeth unto him all people, because the scripture the context here says, shall not all these take up a parable against him. He goes over to all these other nations and take their land by force. All right? And even not by force, by just brute military force, by that wine that the scriptures speak of, that philosophy. Here, do this and do that. Before they know it, the country like, damn, now we in debt. Okay, you ain't got shit to, all right, now what do you have, collateral, or you can't pay off your debt? Okay, cool. Let us put a military base here, sell your resources to our gas companies at a low price, because you can't pay off your debt. So what? That's Esau, man. The tongue, his wine, his philosophies, man. All right, that's all he does. But the scripture says, shall these not what? Go ahead.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
So now the nations are like, yeah. Man, look, the U.S. is a problem. Let's gear up for war. The scriptures say, let the weak say, I am strong. Let everybody gather themselves together. Let's build up our military. They taking all their funds and putting it in the military because they know this is the time to go against the great whore Babylon, America. All right, go ahead.
And a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. So
woe to you that increaseth that which is not his. You know you hate a thief, man. When you walk around and you see like somebody stole something out your yard or stole something out your backpack when you was a kid or something, when you saw them with that, you gave them the most evil's eye, like, damn, that's mine. You know, they stole that from me. You know, you want revenge or you want back what's yours. Like, yeah, and just a simple fact that they took what's yours, man. You feel some type of way about that. So these other nations right now, like, yo, you raped and robbed us, you took our resources, you've taken this from us, you took everything from us. All right, our nations our women are corrupt, our lifestyle's corrupt. All right. Now we want to go against you. Now, hey man, now that's why scripture say the nations were mad, man.
Yeah, they drunk in the cup.
They drunk in that cup and they were mad. Like, yeah, this is not life. All right, damn, this man is the devil. You know, over the Middle East, all right, they call America Great Satan. They call Israel Little Satan, man. All right, and China calls America the Great Dragon. All right, but the dragon is synonymous with a serpent. You know, same like body style. You know. Yeah. Go ahead.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
And him that laid himself with thick clay. When you go into that word, that clay means debt. All right. So It's Trump. See, that's the thing. That's the hypocrisy of America. All right. Trump is saying how they're not being over the years, China and the UN, they're not being fair with far as trade, and we paying more and they not paying. You know, they not meeting up with their side of the bargain. But here it is, you in debt, $21 trillion in debt, but you don't got to pay that. Yep. See the hypocrisy in that? Yep. The scriptures say that laid himself with thick clay, so laid himself with debt, man. You in debt. That has to be paid. But you don't have to pay it. You live by the force of the sword. Going back to Genesis, the brother brought out the fatness of the earth and the sword shall I live. But YAHAWASHI said it himself, he that live by the sword shall die by the sword. You can't spend your whole life robbing people and murdering people and don't think it's not gonna come back on you, man. You learn about that in the streets. Somebody that's always robbing someone and taking from them, eventually his day comes, man. All right, go ahead.
Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Shall I not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? All right? And bite thee, what? Meaning attack you, man. Use the same force you use against them. The scriptures say, woe to them that spoil us, and thou was not spoiled. See what it is? America goes around spoiling all these nations, but nobody is coming over to spoil them. Go ahead.
And awake that shall vex thee.
And awake and shall vex thee. And that's what these countries doing. They're waking up to the wickedness of America. They're waking up to the ways of America. Know that the ways of America is not the way this world should be ran, man. All right? Look at the condition of the world. You got great pollution everywhere. All right, now, you know, like they say, the car industry has declined. Because what? Now they see all these emissions, all this pollution from the gas. They're like, hold on, we got to start making more electric cars. You know, cars more fuel efficient. You know, going to the more of a Tesla model type car. Because why? They figure out all this gas is polluting. We're killing ourselves, man. That's why in California, you got to pass an emission test for cars. You know, because why? Pollution, man. And they seen that. All these nations have seen that this American way of life is not life, it's death. That's why I say it's not even American way of life. It's death. You know? Go ahead.
And thou shalt be for booties unto them.
And thou shalt be for booties unto them. Spoils, man. When you look at a woman, what a man first thing you look at, more than likely her ass, right? Her booty. Because why? That's what they see is good to their eyes. Goods. When you look at a woman, damn, that's the first thing. Oh, you know, your chick will tell you, oh, I saw you looking at her butt. Why? Because that's what's good, right? So what? America gonna be booties unto them, so it's gonna be goods unto these other nations, man. All right, go ahead.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Because America has spoiled many nations. First and foremost, look how America has gotten, man. This belonged to the Native American Indians. All right, you spoiled many nations. Wars, continuous amount of wars over the last 20 years. Thou hast spoiled many nations, man. Go ahead.
All the remnant of the people.
All the remnant.
Yeah. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
So the residue of the people shall spoil thee. All right. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be spoiled. Go ahead.
Because of man's blood, and for the violence of the land.
Because of man's blood and violence of the land. America is a very violent country. All right. One of the senators said, America sees every situation as a nail, and it's a hammer. Yeah. What? All you're gonna do is bang it down. That's how they see every situation, man. Oh, you don't want to listen to what we say? You want to obey us? All right, cool. We just gonna declare war on you, and that's what happened to these little third world countries. You know, these Middle Eastern countries. That's all that's been happening. You know, they kind of find out this man's a devil. We want you out. We don't want no agreements with you. All right, cool. You don't want to listen to what we say? We'll just invade your country. And that's what America does. Invade all nations.
They're the real thugs.
All right?
America's the
real thugs and the real gangsters. You so-called white people. Go ahead.
Go back. And for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. Woe to him that covereth an evil countenance to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
that he may set his nest on high, man. So how is America set on high? By evil, by wickedness, by deceit, by manipulation, man. That's how this empire got so big. What they call New York the Empire State. Because that's where the empire started, man. First and foremost with you Negroes, man. The stock market, y'all was stocks. Go ahead.
That he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house.
Thou hast consulted shame against thy house. How? Because everybody knows these white people are the problem, man. America is the problem. So thou hast consulted shame against thy house, man. See, these heathen women come here and get the so-called white men. They forsake their heritage, all right, and come here and get the white men. Yeah, we see it all the time. They come over here, he the superhero. Yeah, you know, that's how he paint himself, but he's Superman. You know, he creates the issue, he creates the problem, then he comes in and save the day. You know, come on, man. But what? It's gonna be a shame unto them, man. Go ahead.
I'll go back. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people.
Is that not a shame on the so-called white men? They know, like, yeah, watch this man, be aware of this man. Why? But cutting off many people, you brought shame unto your nation, man. Go ahead.
And hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall.
You got a part? I get you. Get matter of fact, we're gonna hold it. Get Revelation 18 chapter. All right, because like the Lord said, that man of perdition is gonna be revealed in these last times, man. Hey, that's the mystery. Because everybody wondering who's the devil or where is he? Well, man shall be known by his works and by his acts, man. We see who the devil is. Go ahead.
You want me to start?
I started like what was that? Three.
This is Revelation 18:3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, man. Once again, they see that, hey, America, all right, they told us to live this way. All right, they so for instance, the pesticides.
Yeah.
All right, you know, if you look up, it's an article that that can cause a third world war, because why? It's killing off all the bees. The America's giving them this philosophy, or have given them this wine. Spray your crops with these pesticides. But what's the pesticides doing? It's killing off the bees. The bees are not able to pollinate because why? They're being killed by the pesticides being sprayed on them. And what Einstein even said, if bees was to go extinct, human life would probably be, I think, 3 months or 3 years. Or somebody said, like, human life wouldn't continue on too much far after that. All right, but that's the wine and the philosophies and the ways of America. Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. All right, they've done. They in the same mind frame as America. They committed fornication. Pretty much they lied in bed with her. They done business deals. To do business deals. To trade. All right. Or you come over here, set your embassy up in our country. You know. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
And the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. Because America is a merchant city. When you go to like a mall, you have you have merchants. Like when you go down to Tyrone Mall, you have merchants, different merchants, and they're selling individual things one to another. All right, so what? Same thing with America. All right, you got Chinese shops over here in America. You got everybody come over here to sell their goods, because America is that big merchant city, man, that the scriptures speak about. You want to sell something, send it over to America. Because why? Once again, America attracts all different nations, man. So you can find resources or products from all different nations right here in America. That great merchant city. So what? They've waxed rich off of her, man. Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
So this talking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, all right? Also you confusion of faces. Come out of her, my people. Come out of the ways of America right now. What, they in the spirit? We see people right now in Halloween costumes, man. What, so they're in the spirit of that demonic Halloween, man. Dressing up as demons, man. But the Lord is saying, come out of her. So right now, you're supposed to be putting that shit to a side. Then what, next month you got Thanksgiving, so-called Thanksgiving. Come out of those ways. Then after that, next month you got so-called Christmas, man. So come out of her. Come out of her ways of life, man. Come out of those philosophies. Come out of those traditions, man, because that's really what it is now. To Jake right now, it's traditions. Well, my mama celebrated Halloween, and their grandparents celebrated Thanksgiving. Nothing wrong with it. We celebrate Christmas. Yo, you got to come out of that, man. That's that spiritual fornication. Go ahead.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Because the Lord said that ye be not partakers of her sins, because this destruction is for America. But if you join unto America, all right, hey, that's beautiful. See, I said fornication.
Yeah.
What, when you that's an act of sex. What, when a man and a woman get together and they join, what, they become one flesh. So what, if you still in a fornication of America, you one flesh with America, man. If you still doing those same philosophies in those same ways, what, you one flesh with America. So what, you gotta come out of, you gotta come out of them, man. Cause why, if y'all one flesh, you're gonna be destroyed with it. So you gotta separate yourself from America, man. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
That ye receive not of her plagues, because the Lord wants to destroy America, man. Yeah. So he's giving you a chance of salvation. He had his hand stretched out to you, man. Repentance is now. Come out of her so you don't have to receive the plagues. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
For her sins have reached unto heavens, man. It's right there. It's right there at the doors. You know, it's metaphorically speaking, like they up there, man. They've reached the heavens. Hey, this place, hey, once we, hey, and it's crazy because we like, damn, this place can't get no more wickeder. It's like, it never stops, man. It waxes worse. It's like, damn, you see this, you see that? Men having kids, oh, you can impregnate a man now? You like, damn, this place can't get no more wicked, but it seems to keep going. Yeah. It amazes me. Go ahead.
And the Most High have remembered her iniquities.
Okay. And the Most High have remembered her iniquities. And the thing about it, if you can get me that slavery sign, Bible Michelle, real quick. Hey, the Most High has remembered her iniquities. The Most High has remembered her iniquities, man. And that's beautiful. The Most High has remembered her iniquities. All right? It has remembered everything since America been set up. The first thing it did since it got to this land, the Most High has remembered that. So what, sins upon sins have been piled up. Go ahead.
And that's the thing. Like in this time, we're in the midst of woe and destruction. Who's going to regard you, so-called Latinos or Native Americans? All right, it's not the so-called white man. He perpetually hates you. The thing is, us as a people, we don't know who our enemy is. All right, and that's why that's the calling now is for us to return back to our power, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, continue on. This is 5 for her. Already, this is 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill her double.
In the cup which she hath filled unto her double. But that's what's gonna come to America. That's why the Lord said, thus in 1 hour, America gonna be destroyed, man. In 1 hour, the cup get filled unto a double, man. The Lord gonna make an end to this place within an hour. Go ahead.
How much she hath glorified herself.
How much she glorified herself.
Proud.
Oh, we America. We can't be destroyed. We the greatest nation. They go over 8. And when they go over these other nations, all right, when American soldiers go to these other countries, they always, you see news articles how they rape some woman or something, or they go over there, U.S. soldiers got into a car wreck, or you know, they go over there and get into some madness. Why? Because they think they're Americans. We can do that. Glory, oh, I'm American. You know, they go, oh, I'm American. You know, they think that opens up doors. But eventually that's going to be a stain. You go over there and say you're American. I remember I seen a video recently, man. It was like 2 American soldiers, and these people from Turkey was like, get out of here, go home Yankee, trying to get them up out the country, man. So what, that's a stain now. That name used to open up doors, I'm American. Oh shit, American soldiers, come on in. But now that's like, oh,
We're gonna be made of
violence.
America's be made of mockery.
Yeah, exactly. They're violence. American, oh, they're violent, man. They're violent people. Get them out of here. They don't like it. All right, go ahead.
And live deliciously.
And live deliciously. All right. Right now, we're downtown, and what? They're living good, deliciously. They don't have to worry about nobody coming up and placing a bomb here. They don't have to worry about drone attacks. Right, like, you know, right now. But, you know, in Syria, you know, civilians are constantly looking up, you know, looking for drone strikes and shit, man. All right, what? Every like at least once a week, 60 civilians have died due to a U.S. military bombing or a drone attack or explosion. Every week, man, they have to worry about that shit, man. Now imagine when they come over here to the streets of America. These people ain't gonna know how to act, but it's right. And we feel the weather changing. It puts you in that spirit that, hey, nothing good coming. I like when the weather changes like this. You get that cool feeling. It puts you in that spirit that nothing, that cold feeling that nothing good is coming to America, man. Go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
So much torment and sorrow give her. So that's what the Lord has. It ain't no God bless America. The Lord has torment and sorrow, all right, in the plans for America. Go ahead. See? They celebrate
mirth.
Mirth, you know? Hey, as in the days of Noah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
She said in her heart, I sit as a queen. All right? Yeah, read that one more time, Overshaw.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
And that's what they say. I sit as a queen, and I shall see no sorrow. That's what they say in America, man. Oh, that'll never happen here. Oh, that's not going to happen. Well, the Lord is looking to bring death and destruction to America. Go ahead.
Right.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
So a plague is going to come in one day. And how that's going to come by? Thermonuclear missiles, man. America's going to be destroyed in your lifetime. Go ahead.
Death and mourning and famine.
Death, mourning, and famine. And that's beautiful, man. Death, mourning, and famine. So a lot of the streets going to be filled with dead bodies. Everybody going to be mourning. And famine. It's going to be a great famine. The scriptures tell you about famine in a book of Lamentations. That's the worst way to die. All right? Go ahead.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire. And that's the end all be all to America. To be burned with thermonuclear missiles, man. Right here. Start at 18 bubble shot.
This is Second Ezra.
No, go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death.
So this is the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. All right, go ahead.
The beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear.
And the beginnings of wars and the powers shall stand in great fear. So even the people conducting these wars, all right, your big military chief and commanders, they know, they're scared.
Yeah.
They know that great war is coming. Inevitable World War III, man.
Exactly. America hasn't been a real war since World War II.
Exactly.
They have these little skirmishes just being a hammer and being bullies, but they know they got to be careful messing with Russia and these other world powers because they know it's going to hurt.
Yeah, and they know that. Like the brother said, they know that we finna get ready to face some great superpowers. It's going to be great martyrs, mass casualties on all sides. Go ahead.
The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
So this is the beginning of evils, man. When this war kick off over there in the Middle East, and all you people are burnt up here in America, when Russia, China, Iran, and all these countries shoot missiles over here, all you people gonna be burnt up, man. All right? Because you come to America and forget your heritage, man. Cut your beards off, shave your head. All right? See, because bro, I'm telling you, bro, they think everything is sweet. Come out here as a family gathering. They from somewhere in Elam, like East Indians or whatever, man. Go ahead.
They're doing well.
Yeah, they doing well over here. Go ahead, bro.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish.
Come on, famine, plagues, tribulation. Go ahead.
And anguish are sent as scourges from amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
So for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, and we seeing that right now today. Right now there should be mass repentance, man. Mass repentance of the things that's coming, man. I believe that Proverbs 27:12, a prudent man foreseeth the evil to come and hideth himself, but the simple pass by and are judged by it, roughly paraphrasing, man. So right now there should be a mass repentance on high right now, man. But what? The scripture say all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness. Go ahead.
Nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Nor be even mindful of the scourges. Like, damn, all this bad shit is happening. Who's bringing it? You know, not even mindful of the things that's happening, man. Like, damn, why is Russia talking about it's gonna be a third world war and nukes gonna be shot off and we gonna be martyrs and we going to heaven? Damn, why do Russia desire to shoot missiles over here? You know, but they not mindful of those things. Go ahead.
Verse 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth.
So victuals shall be so good cheap. Food, you gonna get your beer, you gonna get your cigarettes. And what, is that a decent price, cheap price right now? Go ahead.
That they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Oh man, y'all dudes crazy, man. We living good. We having dinner right now downtown. We can go to the beach right after this, man, and watch the sunset. All right. Victuals shall be so good cheap that they're gonna think to be in good case. Go ahead.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth.
And the scripture say, even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Hey, what? Flash flooding, wiping people out, earthquakes in diverse places, hurricanes, viruses, plagues. All this shit still increasing at the same time while you living your life away. Go ahead.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion.
And great confusion. Sword, famine, and great confusion. All that stuff is going to intensify, like we said. Right now, it's just a little shooting here, beginning of sorrows, birth pains. Like, you know, like what, that just happened in Jerusalem, right?
Yeah.
The shooting was in Jordan, a synagogue.
I was,
right?
I was here in Pittsburgh.
All right, Pittsburgh, all right, the water. And then the bombings, you can see like things are speeding up, man. Things are speeding up. The Lord is getting, the King of Terrors is getting ready to show you great terrors, man. To show you great death, man. To show you an evil time.
Which he spoke of constantly.
Exactly.
Before. They said before you bring forth and tell you.
Time. Go ahead.
For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine.
So, and that's going to be so easy. The scripture say, many of them shall dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Because what? Once the dollar collapse and all this stuff, those truckers, you think those truckers still going to be bringing food in? No. No food is not going to be delivered to your local Publix or your local Walmarts. All right? Hey, and death and destruction is coming to you and your family, man. Go ahead.
You're losing your power all over the world. The homosexuals in your military, you should go join them.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Because, hey, and that's beautiful, because the scripture say the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Because what, you got these doomsday preppers, you know, saving up food. But what? The scripture, it said, when in an event of martial law, all your food supply can be confiscated. That happened in history here in America. Soldiers actually going in people's houses, all right, and eating their food and taking their food. Military soldiers. Because why? That food is for them. They have rule over everything. They have control over everything. Whether it's personal transportation, commercial transportation, like Walmart. That's a private company. America doesn't own them, but what? Guaranteed, if martial law kick off, they can go there and compromise any Walmart and take it over and take over the food and the resources and turn it into a damn concentration camp. Go ahead.
Con, verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung.
The scriptures saying the dead shall be cast out as dung. So it ain't gonna be no let's get the bodies and and have a funeral, put it in a coffin, and we gonna that's order. Mourn and cry, and then order, take it and just sit it in the ground nicely, cover it up with dirt. No, the scriptures say the dead body shall be cast out as dung, man. So it's just gonna be
like dog shit.
Yeah, it's dog shit just laying in the dirt, man. Laying on the streets.
It's gonna become normal too, man.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a normal thing for you to walk around like this with a shirt tied around your damn head, man. Because that's how stinky and bad it's gonna be. Eventually you're gonna get used to the smell, because that's just how it works. But it's gonna be stench all the time, man. Everywhere you go, it's just gonna be a stench. Go ahead.
Con, and there shall be no man to comfort them.
And there shall be no man to comfort them, man. Nobody's going to be there to say everything is going to be all right. That's how bad it's going to be. Oh, it's going to get better. No, they ain't going to be able to say that. Because it's not going to get better, man. Once this thing pop off, once the economy collapse and all these terrorist attacks and stuff pop off, man, it's not going to be another good day in America. And you can thank your U.S. government for it, too. Go ahead.
For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
And the cities shall be cast down. So it ain't going to be no more order in the cities. You don't see abandoned cars on the side of the road with no gas in them. Especially when the damn EMP strike come, man. It's going to fry all the computer systems in your cars. Your cars ain't going to be able to crank even if you do got gas in them. That's why they sell all these little these doomsday preppers. They sell like these little things that block it, so-called blocking from an EMP strike. All right. Why? Because it's gonna fire all computer systems. Go ahead.
Verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it.
Come on. So it ain't gonna be the scriptures say and few men left. So ain't nobody gonna be worried about tilling the ground, doing any work, trying to clean up bodies. And that day, it's gonna be lots of labor, man. And work is gonna be few, because nobody ain't gonna be cleaning up bodies in that day, man. Now, in the first couple hours, 911, the line gonna be damn busy. And then it's gonna come to the point that the first responders, they just gonna put down their badge and go home, man. Check on their people, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?
Exactly. Trees gonna give fruit. Nobody gonna gather them. Nobody ain't gonna be out here doing none of that crap, man. They're gonna be too damn scared. The inner parts of the cities gonna be trashed out, because that's gonna be the first thing that pop off. The inner cities, where everybody at. It's gonna be utter chaos, man. Go ahead.
Verse 26. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men.
Come.
So that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field.
Come. So a man shall desire to hear another man's voice. Why? When all the plagues and everything, Esau let loose his bioweapons. All right, Esau let loose his bioweapons and all those plagues pop off, man. A lot of people are just gonna drop dead. So the scriptures say a man shall desire to hear another man's voice. What that movie is, The Road, right? When you rarely run into somebody, he with his kids, and then when you run into somebody, hey, 9 times out of 10 they trying to kill you or see what you got in your bag. They're not there to help you, because they lacking too.
Well, think about the movie Castaway. All right. I forgot to do it now. I'm talking about the dude that played Forrest Gump. He was stranded on that island. He had a friend that was a volleyball. All right. And, I think his name was Fred. So like, I mean, he actually I think it was Fred, if I'm not mistaken. So he drew a face on his volleyball and everything, and he asked him to talk into this volleyball, man. All right? The same way that he had no one to interact with verbally, he was talking to one of the balls, and he damn near lost his mind.
Even in I Am Legend.
Yeah, Will Smith.
I Am Legend, right.
He in there talking to the women. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to her today.
What are you doing out here, Sam?
That's just how it's gonna be. People gonna lose their mind. Go ahead.
Which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. As in an orchard of olives, upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives.
Yep.
Or as when a vineyard is gathered,
Tom Hanks.
there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard.
Sure.
Even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
Yep.
And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns.
Yep, because nobody ain't gonna be here. You know how when the weeds grow up in the concrete, you know, in a nice place, somebody come there and cut it out. You know what I mean? And you know, just look at I Am Legend. Grass growing up through the middle of the roads and shit.
Yeah, deer and shit. Right,
You know, deer, you know, all that stuff, man. I remember the brother from GMS, I believe Shield of Faith, he had somebody send him a picture of a lion walking the street. You know, there's a lion like right in the middle of a street, man. And that's what's gonna happen.
When you talk about the dude that had all the exotic animals.
Oh yeah, here in St. Pete. Yeah. Dude had a bunch of exotic pets and stuff. Basically ran loose. He's running over here, jaguars, all type of shit.
Oh shit. Damn, boy, hey, you see a jaguar, boy, that's it for you, man. Yeah,
It's already written.
Panthers.
It's gonna be about all flesh. The animal's gonna be angry and hungry. Packs of dogs.
Hey, and then ultimately the spirit of the Lord is going to be on
So I'm saying all flesh, bro. It's gonna be upon all flesh, bro.
Jake said it's already written. Hey, that's the spirit. If you see a lion, it's already written for
Just
you.
think about bush gardens. What's gonna happen to them animals? They're gonna be let loose.
Yeah. You know?
They're gonna be let loose, man.
Hey, that's why the Lord had to state in Job the 5th chapter, the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. You know, cause why? The beasts of the field gonna be in the streets, man, eating people up and shit. Go ahead.
It says, and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through.
Yep. You know how you can tell, like if you look in a field or a little piece of grass, you can tell somebody walked through because it's a natural path. It's just a trail. If somebody always walking on the grass, you can see the trail of the grass is not just some footprints there, and it stays there. But what? Nobody not gonna be walking through there. There's gonna be so few men left that grass is gonna be able to grow back. And at the end of the day, that's what's really gonna rejuvenate this earth, man. All right. Because according to the scriptures, you're supposed to follow that land Sabbath. All right, well, you let the land rest, man. All right, but America don't do that. They continue to suck from the earth and suck the natural resources without giving the land a break, man. Go ahead.
God, verse 33, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms.
So these young women go mourn. That's why, hey, if you can hold that, give me Isaiah 4:1, Baba Shop. Hold this real quick.
This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man.
And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Now the brother was just reading how it's gonna be few men left, and no one and the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, having no men. All right, because what? These men are going to either be bugged out, because in Luke the 21st chapter, it tells you men's hearts fell in them for fear. All right? You got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind.
And that's talking about a man of the Lord. All right? Not just the average men. A man shall be a hiding place. Go ahead.
And a cover from the tempest.
Yep.
As rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
That's another metaphor. As rivers of water in a dry place. Rivers of water is somewhere dry. When you run into rivers of water, when it's dry, like if you're in a desert, then you run across a a river of water, like a little
Oasis.
stream, you like, oh my God, like you go and drink it, that's life. So that's how a man gonna be in that day. It's gonna be life, like, you know, they gonna be happy that they ran into you, man.
Good, because whenever, every time you look at a great civilization, they always had an abundant source of water. All right, so a man in that day to a woman, you're gonna be like water in the desert to them, man. That's life. That's gonna save her. You know, like a great big shadow of a rock that's covering you. If you're in a weary land, you get behind that rock, you be like, man, wow, man, it's hot out here. That's what a man gonna be to a woman in that day. All right, so all you women, be quiet. Stay in your place.
Con, 2 Ezra 16, verse 33. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands.
Go ahead.
Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed.
So in a war shall your men be destroyed, man. Because why? It's gonna be a draft. You know, and once your men left, you know, because you got these military women, all right, military wise, all right.
I just made the military women.
You know, them too, but you know, your husband, you think he's coming back home or whatever, he been deployed or on some journey, you think he's coming back home. That ain't gonna be the case, man. He gonna be destroyed in the war. And then what? You gonna be mourning because your man ain't coming back for you. Go ahead.
Their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
So hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So all you that's coming to serve the Lord, whether you out on the highways or byways or not, you still serving the Lord. Because why? You still got to worship him. You still got to call on his name. You still got to praise him. You still got to follow his laws and statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. So whether your lot was to be on the highways or byways or not, you still are serving the Lord. So hear these things. Go ahead.
Behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
So behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, man. So understand and listen. All right, when the great famine is coming and you don't know how you're going to feed yourself or feed your family, you gotta draw near unto the Lord. Hear these words, because it's coming. And it's not going to be slack. When the scriptures say, when the enemy shall come in as a flood, they shall come in like madmen, spare none. All right? You're going to want protection in that day. The Lord said, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. When you go into that word keep, one of the definitions is having custody. You know what it is to have somebody in custody, to have somebody, you know, watching over you, man. To have a guardian. To watch over you. So the Lord said he gonna keep you in his custody in these times, man. Go ahead.
Verse 38. As when a woman with child in the 9th month.
That's the parable, right? Go ahead.
Bringeth forth her son within 2 or 3 hours of her birth. Great pains compass her womb.
Right now, and this pretty much the parable of how this current society, how this current world is right now, man. We in that 9th month, and those great birth pains are coming into effect. That child is getting ready to be born. All right, and what's that? That's the new age. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. But before we can enjoy that new world, or that new heaven, that new earth, as the scriptures speak of, we gotta go through a lot of pain, man.
Chuck, can I say something? Go ahead. That's why in the scripture it says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon," because America, Esau, they are the birth, all right, they are the birth of Babylon, which is what we call mystery hall Babylon today. Like the brother said, Esau's the end, Jacob is the beginning. So we're gonna be the rebirth of a new kingdom, all right.
But we got to go through those birth pains. Go ahead.
Which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
And they slack not a moment. And right now that's what's happening. These pains not slacking, man. Jobs, people constantly losing jobs. All right. Stores are closing due to these tariffs and these trade wars. People are being laid off. My mom just told me the other day her job going out of business, man. Told me I better use the health care because next year that job ain't gonna be there. She said that job going out of business, and she worked at a like at one of them. It's wicked place like a methadone damn clinic where people go there and they get medicine and they be addicted to that damn medicine, man. And they prescribe that shit, man. But she say that's going out of business. All right. So it's great mourners, man. People are losing jobs, unemployment. But don't listen. But here it is. You listen to Donald Trump, and he tell you unemployment is at 3%. Manipulation of the numbers, man. The Dow Jones is constantly dropping. All right. Nobody's buying the U.S. Treasuries no more. China ain't buying no more of your debt, man. All right. Go ahead.
God, verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
God, so hey, the Lord compared that as in a woman in her 9th month and in her final 2 hours of giving birth. That's how the plagues gonna come. She can't stop those plagues. She can't stop that baby from coming. She can't stop those birth pains. And it ain't gonna be no epidural that America's gonna be able to take to side those birth pains, man. You know, it ain't gonna be nothing that they can do to stop those birth pains when they come. Go ahead.
And sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
And sorrow shall come upon America on every side. Go ahead.
O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, even
make you ready for the battle. All right. Hear the words, man. Make you ready for the battle. Instead of walking around here in Halloween costumes and shit, man.
Come on, you talking about some get a life. You following bitches on a bike.
Yeah.
Boy got a whole skeleton outfit on and shit.
Yeah.
Will be like you.
Get a life.
What life?
But he got a fucking blown up guitar, like a balloon guitar, man.
On him talking about some get a
You
life.
know, get a life, but he don't want to walk around here like a damn kid in a costume. A grown ass man.
Like them, man. No, you're not of this world.
This is our life, man. This is a life right here. We found life in this truth. We know what's going on. You the one that's dead. All right? Go ahead.
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
So the evil's gonna be as pilgrims upon the earth. Go ahead.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth, as one that will lose.
What is it?
He that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it.
That's the Bible. Exactly. Go ahead.
And he that buildeth, as he that shall not dwell therein.
So everything, he that selleth, though he selleth not, he that buildeth, and though he dwell not therein. That's how the evil's gonna be upon the earth. Go ahead.
God, he that soweth, as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry, as they that shall go not slop, they shall get no children. And they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain.
And they that labor in vain. All right? Because what? That's all you're doing. America's going to be destroyed. You laboring in vain.
All right.
God's determination is to destroy America. Amos 9 and 8. The eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and he shall destroy it off the face of the earth.
What book is that from?
This is out of the book of 2nd Ezra.
All right.
Go ahead.
God, for strangers shall reap their fruits, and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives.
Hey, and that's what happened. Overthrow your houses. That's what's going to happen during the time of martial law. All right? Get that in. Open the shop. You know? Strangers going to overtake your houses. Instantly. Take your children. Put them in concentration camps. All that's going to take place, man. And this is what the Heavenly Father has in store for America. And you can tell in the spirit that these are the last days. Yeah. These are the last good days for America, man. So-called good days. Because only people really enjoying themselves is Edomites, man. Jake's not enjoying himself. They come out here having a good time. And the script say, be not envious. I'm not envious of them, man. They enjoy themselves. Yeah, eat at the finest restaurants. Have a good time. You know? Do whatever the hell you want to do. Enjoy that, because what we see that it's right around the corner, and this gonna be the last straw for you, the last run for America, man. These midterm elections, that's gonna bring a lot of division and civil war here in America. All right, Democrats against Republicans, Republicans against Democrats. Man, I'm telling you. Wait, when Obama became president, you had a lot of people saying if he become president, they gonna do something. You know, you had the Patriots doing this and saying that. You got a lot of people, a lot of so-called white people that want Trump removed out of office because they see what he's doing. They see the avenue and the direction this place is headed, man. They see that it's over with. That's why you got them gearing these patriotic Edomites gearing up guns, getting ammunition, stocking up on food. You see them doing that, man, because they see the direction this place is going. A straight police state, man. After that, utter destruction. Go ahead.
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. The Heavenly Father not sparing no one, man. You're going to die by the sword, if not by the sword, by the famine. And if that don't get you, man, the nuclear missile's going to get you. Go ahead.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
So the Lord said your house is going to be spoiled and your wives ravished.
Great.
All right? You fucking idiots, man. You know, they don't understand, man. They don't understand, man. The Lord, hey, the Lord is coming, man, down with that hammer. Boom, to lay that judgment. Let's sit on that?
Yeah, that was it.
Read on.
2nd Ezra 16, verse 44, 46. For strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives.
Yep.
For in captivity and famine shall they get children.
I think that's going into something else. Get First Peter. All right. Heaven being dissolved. All right. A new heaven and new earth, Bubble SHAM. Give me that, because that's what we wait for. That's why we looking for the destruction to come to this place, man. You know, hey, and brothers, we looking for that reward, man. That's why we here. That's why we come out here week after week. That's why we keep the faith. All right? For the Lord to deliver us out of the hands of these strange children. And them strange children will be these Edomites, man. The scriptures say children are their oppressors and women rule over them. Go ahead, up.
2 Peter 3, verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
So what's the day of judgment? World War III. When those countries shoot nuclear missiles over here in America, all right? And America's going to get a few missiles off over there because the Lord got to bring judgment to all the heathen. All right? So certain places in China going to get hit. You know, probably like the main cities, Hong Kong, you know, Bangkok, all that. You know, all that bullshit, you know? But, hey, because you go over in China, hey, certain places in China, hey, just like over here in New York. Big-ass screen TVs, Tokyo, all that stuff, man. The main city's going to get hit. You know? That's why, hey, we going to get them pure, clean women. You know, the women that still living that natural way of life. You know, up on the hills and shit, you know, living like monks and shit. We're going to get clean women because all the women in the city is going to get hit with missiles, man. Yeah. You know?
All the women, you know, the one woman that she always been raised by her uncle or her elder or her grandfather. All she did was work in the fields and everything. You're going to get them type of women, man, that know how to be humble, that know how to, you know, be quiet, who knows how to be submissive to themselves.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
So you waiting on the return of the Lord, right? He said he's not slack concerning his promise as some men count it. Because men to say they'll do this and they'll do that, but they don't follow through. But the Lord ain't slack concerning what he said he was going to do, man. And we can see it happening right now. The children of Israel being raised upon their feet. All right? The demise of America is here. America is dropping as we know it. You know, the wicked is being revealed. Brothers are waking up. All right? So the Lord, we see that the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. Go ahead.
God. But it's long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish.
God, so it's long-suffering to usward. Waiting for, literally, why he said long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish. The Lord's giving us time for us to get right, man. Get ready. Adorn yourselves. You know, get ready to meet YAHAWASHI. Because when YAHAWASHI know who's doing the works here. YAHAWASHI know who's here for him. Preaching his word, preaching his gospel, suffering with him. Scripture says, if we suffer with him, shall we not be joint heirs with him, man? YAHAWASHI know all his friends, his brothers out there. He knows. So get ready to meet him. You know I say get ready to meet thy maker? What else is going to happen? Go ahead.
Hey, Con, if I may add too, bro, you know, that's a heavy thing, man. YAHAWASHI returning, the second return, that's not a light thing, man. We're talking about somebody who, this is not a movie, man. This man actually walked in the flesh and died, man. And all right, gave up the spirit. Okay, yes, he's returning. That's why the scriptures say, be the first man. All right, because YAHAWASHI, Hamashiach, the Lord who created all these things, all right, by him and for him, he's coming back, man. All right, that's not a light thing, man. People just like let that just go like, oh, no, man, this man who came in the flesh is coming back, man.
I got you right here. Come on. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 14. For if we believe that YAHAWASHI died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in YAHAWASHI will the Most High bring with him.
Kind, that's the elect, man. That's the same man who walked this earth, this world in righteousness, man, according to the Lord. All right, and that's why Scripture say, blessed be the dead that die in the Lord, for their works do follow, man. All right, in the book of Isaiah it says, and the righteous are taken off from the earth to escape the judgments, roughly the same, man. All right, so the same man who died in YAHAWASHI is going to be raised up, okay? And that's what you see going across the four corners of the earth, the man standing up, all right, standing in their slot, in their lot, all right, and getting ready to receive that reward, the reward of salvation, man. All right, starting with the dead that died in the Lord first. So this is not a heavy thing. This is a promise of the Lord, man. Okay? You know?
And that's beautiful because this thing is based off of straight faith, man. I was talking to a dude one time, damn atheist. Oh, well, where's his body? Oh, man, he took it with him, as the scripture said. If he walked the earth, he took it with him. You know, this thing is based off of straight faith, man. You ain't gonna, they ain't have it to where YAHAWASHI, well, this is Jesus' body right here. You know, this is where the scripture said, you know, this is his body, bones, and, you know, that's not going to happen.
What would be the mystery?
Exactly. And what would be, you know, faith that you need to believe, man?
Evidence of things.
Yes.
Also, to show you Christianity is false, they also claim that they have the shroud of Jesus, where they have this white cloth where it shows the blood, where his face was supposed to be at, and it shows how he looked. And listen, I said to Bashir, but how can you have that shroud when your YAHAWASHI left the tomb? I like that don't make any sense. He went up in
he took that with him.
Chariot. That don't make no sense.
He took that body with him, man.
Right.
You know?
That don't make no sense at all.
Like they found, man, come on, man, please.
We found the toenail of Jesus Christ.
Fuck off.
It's been carbonated 2,000
Put it back together. That's how he looked like.
Yeah, we got stem cell research.
From a toenail, we know how he looks like.
Esau and his science, man. That we got a lot of people trapped up though. Esau and his damn science, man. You know?
You got to sew it up.
So-called science.
So kind. Falsely science, falsely so-called.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, but that all should come into repentance. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
And what's that great noise, man? All right? Those missiles. When those missiles hit, the scripture say the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. And that's what's going to be happening. You're going to see something great, man. When Yahawashi come back. Go ahead. Right, let me get, this is what the brother put up real quick. Jeremiah 28:9. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. Huh? And that's in the spirit.
No.
That's then the Lord saying in Ezra, then shall they be known who am I chosen.
Yeah.
Then you gonna know who the real prophets was. The people you gonna know who the people that was truly warning you, man. We say it all the time. They're gonna be like, damn, where's those crazy ass Israelite guys at, man?
Because we actually care, bro.
That's exactly, bro. That's the thing they don't understand, bro. We actually care. That's why we out here prophesying to you, telling you the things to come, bro. Bro, that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, we out here out of the fear too, but we out here out of love, man. We would love to see multiple brothers come up and you know, and convert and be in the truth, man. But you know how people come at us like we enemies, man. That's why we out here, to convert sinners to righteousness, man. We doing this out of love. We would love to see Jake from different Jakes walk up and be like, damn, I believe in that, man. And we would love to see that. They think we just out here to just curse people out and just spew hate. We're not out here for that, man. We're actually out here for the elect's sake, man. You know? Hey, we one as the Lord. He said, not willing that any should perish, but all come to repentance. If all Jake was to repent, that would make us happy. This place would be out. We'd be instantly be out of here, man. Because that was in Solomon's prayer, right?
That was in First Kings.
First Kings.
All of Israel faced towards the east and called upon that power, and the Lord will come back. God. But they're not going to do it.
Huh. You know? And that's what we would want, man. The Lord would come back within that, and at the same time, He'd deliver us if all Israel was to turn from their wicked ways, man. Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And we looking to escape that judgment. Whether we be of the elect or not, man. We gonna try fighting, man. We gonna fight until the end. Lord's will, the Lord keep the spirit on us to come out here every week. All right? And all you brothers all around the world, keep doing what you're doing. Run that race. Cause we all running to finish. Who come in this thing and say, yeah, I'm gonna just run for a little bit and then I'm gonna stop. No, nobody has that in their intentions, man. Everybody wanna make it unto the end. But the thing is, it's not to the swift. This is a race of endurance. Enduring unto the end. This is a marathon, man. You gotta run until the end. You gotta finish. Go ahead.
Come. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Come. So the works also and the earth also and the works therein shall be burned up. And that's what the Lord desires. Sorry to break it to you. The scriptures say, eat thy whole roll. Somebody get Ezekiel the 7th chapter. I mean the 2nd chapter of Bible shop, man. All right? The scriptures say, eat the whole roll. All right, go ahead on.
God, verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be? In all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens shall be on fire and shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So the Lord is saying, seeing that all these things are going to take place, what manner of people or person are ye to be in? So what should you be doing? The scriptures say, flee from sin as the face of a serpent, man. You should be getting right, getting in order. All right? Studying these precepts. Cutting off shit of the flesh as much as possible. Cutting that shit off, man. Putting the old man to the side, man. Every day, every single day. Crying out to the Lord to come save you, man. You gotta put up the prayers, man. Tell the Lord to come. The prayers work. The scripture tell you in the book of Revelations, and he opened up that I forget the exact wording, but that's all he do is ride around in that Hellcat all fucking with, man. All right? open up and the prayers of the saints was in there as like a sweet savior, man. So you gotta send up those prayers. You gotta fulfill prophecy. Send up them prayers, man. All right, I'll get that started. Matter of fact, start it at 9, then go to chapter 3.
This is Ezekiel 2 and 9. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein.
A roll of a book was therein. Go ahead.
And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe.
So that was what was in the scriptures written, man. Lamentations, mournings, and woe. All right, because ever since the beginning, sin entered into the world. So this world hasn't been in order since. All right, you got grown-ass men walking around with costumes on like clowns, man. You know, straight folly. Straight folly, man. Folly is said in great dignity. That's a damn shame, man. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 1. You right over, right? Start over?
Yeah.
More over?
Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest.
So he told him to eat this. And that, and right now, that's the Lord talking to all of us, man. Eat this. Go ahead.
Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
And that's what we did. All you brothers on the live, all you brothers watching, all you brothers studying, all you brothers watch the elders, watch the brothers in all the different states. That's what you was doing. You was before you came out on the highways and byways. You had to eat the roll. Because you couldn't come out and partially eat the roll and go out there. That would make you a false prophet. You got to eat the whole roll. You got to take the bad and the good. All right? And that's what this world likes to pretty much avoid, the bad. Now let's just eat the good. You got to have the balance. Like we always talk about. It got to be a balance, man. So eat this whole roll, that's what we did, and go out and speak unto the children of Israel. And that goes to show you our main purpose is to talk to the children of Israel, to bring sinners to repentance. Yeah, we get on Esau's ass and let him know he's the devil when he's going out. Hey, but the main purpose is to gather the elect. Go ahead.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me...
That's a metaphor, all right? Eating it. I think that's Jeremiah 15 and 16. Thy words were found, and I did eat them. All right?
YAHAWASHI said, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me.
It's Jeremiah 15 verse 16. Thy words were found. So that's to get the understanding of Ezekiel 3 and 1. Thy words were found, and I did eat them, and thy joy was unto me, the joy of rejoicing of my heart, for I am called by thy name, O Lord God of hosts. So what? We have to eat these words. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
So fill your bowels with this roll, and that's spiritual at the same time, because the roll, that's bread. What YAHAWASHI say, eat this bread, that's of his flesh, bread of life. So it's all spiritual. The Bible is all connected, man. All right? All these prophets were on one accord. They were one. Go ahead. You got a precept?
Yeah,
all right.
Let me pick it up.
Yeah, just throw it in there.
All right. Second Ezra chapter 14, verse 39. Let me start at 38. And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Esdras, open thy mouth and drink, that I give thee to drink. Then opened I my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding, and wisdom grew in my breast, so my spirit strengthened my memory.
And that's what this word do, man. Hey, you filled with wisdom, you filled with judgment, you filled with understanding. What? Oh,
one more part. And my mouth was open and shut no more. And what YAHAWASHI said, he that believeth on me, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. So how is the living water going to come out? You have to consume it by this word, which is also known by the washing of the word too as well, man. Right?
And when this word get inside you like that, once you eat this word, you have no choice but to want to prophesy, man, and move you. You know how you be like, man, I can't wait to get out there and speak, man. I can't wait to get out and prophesy. What Jeremiah said, what he wanted to stop. He wanted to stop preaching, but that spirit was burning his heart. He had to go out there and speak, man. And that's how it is, and that's how you should feel. This word, you should be hungry for this word, man. That should be what fills you. You know.
Job 23 verse 12. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food.
Ooh. That's beautiful. So, hey, you gotta desire this word more than food, man. That gotta be your main thing. You cut up on that one, didn't you? Go ahead, Art.
Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
And that's what happened. It's in your mouth, honey. Damn, I'm an Israelite. Because that's really how it started out.
Yeah, sweet.
You find out you're an Israelite, you know, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be promised to you. You know, you're gonna get this and that, your heart's desire. That's how it started out. But you know, once you get into it, you want to share it, everybody, this and that. You find out like, damn, nobody don't like it. 9 times out of 10, your family, your immediate family, like your mom, your dad, and your brothers, 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna make it. You know, because they not gonna accept it. You know.
Was it wisdom increase of sorrows?
Yeah. You know, so it's sweet. It's sweet, man. Go ahead. Well, let him bring this up.
Real quick. This is Job 19, verse 15. They that dwell in my house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight.
And that's what happened. Count me for a stranger. I am an alien for their sight. You become alienated. You become a stranger. Your family don't recognize you, man. You're not who you are no more. You're not who you used to be. That's right, because the old man died. The old man that they loved died. Especially, hey, let you have a chick, man. You know, and you change up and come into this truth. Yeah, it's finished. She don't recognize you no more, man. So, you know, that's really what it is. You become a stranger. You become alienated, man. When the Lord gives you this truth. Because you become a new creature. Hey, I remember, when I was speaking to the brother AHBAD, man, when I first came into the truth, this brother, the one that brought me into the truth. Hey, man, once I started learning, like 3 days later, I look into the mirror. I told AHBAD, I said, yo, I look different when I look at myself in the mirror, man. I'm serious, bro. This shit actually happened. I was looking in the mirror, I'm like, damn, I look different. You know what I mean? Yeah, it changed my countenance, bro. I literally I'm like, damn, I look in the mirror, I'm like, what the fuck? I look like slightly different, man. That shit was crazy. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
you know? I remember that like it was yesterday, bro. And I remember I came to work and told you that. I said, yo, man, I was looking in the mirror, bro, and I looked different. Like, I didn't recognize myself for a moment. You know? That countenance, your countenance literally changes, man. That demon come up off you. You know? You become a new creature. And I believe he told me that. He's like, hey, now you're a new creature. I remember him telling me that, man.
So that demon got that eviction notice, 7-day eviction.
Yeah. You gotta bounce.
You gotta bounce. The Holy Spirit for the take you
you gotta bounce. Hey, your rent, the lease over with, man.
As a matter of fact, you can't even renew your lease. You kicked out. I don't want you to renew your lease.
No renewal.
I want this tenant.
You know? But that new tenant gotta keep up with his stuff. Like, he did get evicted, and that's when, the other one moved back in. Like to tell you that, take hold of him 7 more spirits, more wicked than himself. But go ahead, Art.
This is 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Yep. So eat these words and go speak unto the children of Israel. So you can't say the Lord didn't give you a chance. You can't say the Lord didn't try. So that's what he did. He sent his men. So when you see men come and speaking these same words, all right, and speaking straight from the book, you got to recognize that those are prophets sent from the Lord. That's why the brother put out what, Jeremiah 29 and 12, I believe. All right, go ahead.
Not too many people. Oh, it's like I read that. Oh no, I had no idea. Not too many strange. Damn, it's a lot. Not too many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words thou cannot not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
So the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee. So, like we always say, if your mother can't get it, your father can't get it, your little brother can't get it, your uncle can't get it, your niece can't get it, your grandma can't get it, the Lord say they not gonna hearken unto you, man. So don't beat yourself up. You know, don't go overboard with it, trying to share with it. The Lord say they ain't gonna get it.
Be glad you got it.
Yeah, exactly, man. And just go out and just prophesy unto the wind, man. That's all we gotta do is speak, and the elect is gonna hear it. You know, it's that easy. The Lord ain't got us going up, pressing on people, you know, knocking on doors. The Lord don't got us do that. Just go out there and edify, preach the word, and the elect gonna hear my voice and they gonna come.
Because that goes back to even if you prophesy and nobody walks by or listens to your video, you know, listen to you while you're making your video. When you upload that video, that's still you prophesy to the wind, so the elect gonna hear it either way.
Because why? The wind travels.
The wind is the spirit like the wind.
And you putting out that righteous vibration when you speak. All right, farther chanting this place down. Hey, you gotta understand the power that you have. You're speaking the words of the Heavenly Father. You taking this place down, man. You're speaking righteousness. You saying America's gonna be destroyed. All right, you putting that vibration out there, man. Go ahead.
For they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. It's a tongue twister. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead.
Right, so the Lord has set us, hey, made our face hard against their face, man. But you got to understand about Israel, man. Look at the history of Israel. Every time the Lord was sending prophets down, all right, to tell Israel where they going off at, and to tell them to get right, hey, Israel killed the prophets, man. The scripture tell you, oh, Israel, thou that killest the prophets. Hey, some of the worst altercations we had out here was from Jake, man. Jake pulling knives on us, you know. Jake, you know, Jake, hey, coming up the brothers in the whole camp, man, thinking he tough, man. You know, hey, those are some of the worst altercations we had was from our own people. You know? Go ahead.
Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart.
So receive in thy heart, man. All the words, the Lord said, all the words that I speak unto thee, receive in thy heart, man. So you gotta take everything, you know, every word written therein, you gotta take. That's why some people, you know, the stumbling block, the rape doctrine, and you know that's one of the ones I can really think of, the confusion of faces. You gotta take all that and receive all these words, man, to be fully equipped with this gospel. The Lord said, blessed are those that are not offended in me. He said, I come in the volume of the book, it's written to me, so you can't be offended by nothing written in these things. Like, no, I believe in this, but I don't believe in that. Why they got offended? They didn't eat the whole roll. You gotta eat everything, man. You gotta take the good and the bad. You gotta eat the whole roll, man. To be fully equipped, and you can't be offended by nothing in here, man. Go ahead.
And hear with thine ears, and go, get thee to them of the captivity.
All right, let's sit on that. Go ahead, get it.
Okay.
Jeremiah 44, verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
So the Lord has raised up prophets early unto Israel all the time. Do not these things that I hate. All the time the Lord has raised up prophets unto Israel. You know, from the elder apostles on down. Even Jeremiah 28, the prophets that have been before me and for the old prophesied both against many countries. So the Lord has constantly done this, man. Go ahead.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness.
So it's like, hey, at the end of the day, you can't get mad at these people, man. You can't let them get you out of the spirit. You can't let them throw you off. They ain't gonna hear it. They incline not their ear, man. They love what they're doing. They love the world. They're enemies of the Lord. You got to think, always in spiritual too. When you preaching this word or something about the truth, it's not you that they hate. It's YAHAWASHI. Because you're not coming off your own opinion or what you think. You're coming with the words of the Heavenly Father and what He says is going to happen.
You guys.
All right?
Yeah, exactly.
America's going to be destroyed,
like you
man.
guys, too.
You know? Yeah, that's homosexual, man.
Hey, no. Them nukes from Russia gonna shit on America. How about that?
Hey,
America, the Russians from Nuke gonna shit on America. How about that?
Hey, bro, these dudes are faggots, man.
Look at them. They look like faggots walking
You
together,
know,
man.
like yo, you did that in a group of men, like anything, man. You know, you guys, you know, man. Almost go ahead,
The foulest creature on the
yeah,
earth, man.
you know.
Jeremiah 44 verse 5, but they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. Wherefore my fury and my anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate as it is this day.
Exactly. Judah and Israel is wasted as it is this day. All right. Why they want to? The Lord said, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Huh? But they want to worship everything except the Most High. All right.
Because when worshiping YAHAWASHI comes a sense of being spiritual, and Jake, it's not. Jake ain't spiritual, man. You know, Jake want what he can see. You know, Jake want to touch. Hey, the scripture say, "Does the eyes get enough seen?" Man. Jake can't stop hastening at the things that's in front of him, man. But when it comes to repent and being obedient to the Spirit, and by hearing the words, Jake like, oh, you just a man. You know, I ain't listening to you. You know? Jake called him, man.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I got a precept.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead and bring it up.
Second Chronicles chapter 36 verse 16. But they mock the messengers of God and despise His words.
That's what they do. They mock us. You know what? What have you guys? You know, like man, and it's so beautiful because everything that the Lord has spoken of that they did, they do it to us today, man. That's why you brothers gotta understand, man. You in the truth, man. You doing the right thing. You know, everything that these scriptures speak about, it happens to us. Them pastors up in them churches, man, that never happens to them. Nobody goes to their church and talk shit to them and scoff and scorn at them. Nobody does that, but they do it to us. We got to be those men. You know, Lord's will, I don't know if we part elect, but yo, we doing the will of the Father. Go ahead.
And misused His prophets until the wrath of Yahweh arose against His people, so there was no remedy. Therefore, He brought upon them the king of the Chaldeans, who slew their young men with the sword.
Yep. So He brought another nation upon them. What?
In the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young man or maiden, old man, or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into His hand.
He gave them all into the hands, man. Because why? You mocked the messengers of the Lord.
That's gonna happen again.
Yep. You didn't reverence, man. You didn't acknowledge. That's why you think the Heavenly Father supposed to come down and talk to you like you somebody, man.
He's the king.
Exactly. He's a king. He's gonna send servants. Hey, and whatever spirit he put on that man, whatever man he put that spirit on, that's what you gotta accept. Because we didn't say we just gonna one day we just gonna we want to be Israelites. We gonna go out and preach the word.
That's normal.
That's just what we gonna do. We didn't do that.
Yeah, life goals as a kid.
You know?
I say in Hebrew.
I didn't know nothing about Israelites till I seen the truth. Till I heard of the truth. I seen the truth, man. And once it's delivered to you, you have that thing like, yo, this is what I gotta do. Everything you put to a side and it's like, yo, this is it. I have to do this. This is something like how you felt. You felt like you had to do this. You still feel like I have a job to do, man.
I pointed thereonto.
Go ahead, Al.
The Psalm 94, I'm gonna start at 3. Yahweh, how long shall the wicked triumph?
Fine.
How long?
How long shall they triumph?
Con.
And even right now, you know, sometimes we wake up morning, you know, every morning, gotta go to work or whatever. Like, oh my God, man! Like when you gonna bring them down? You're not in the wrong spirit for feeling that way. Here it is, Dave right now doing it. Like, Lord, how long shall the wicked do it? Ezra's Acts in second Ezra, like 16, like 58th verse. Habakkuk Acts in the first chapter. How long? You know?
The earth be made for our sakes.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit.
How long? How long shall these heathen bear rule over us?
Hey, yeah, you did say Acts, yeah. How much do we get the kingdom now?
Yeah. Acts the first chapter. Is the kingdom now restored unto Israel?
Yeah, even when Moab tried to send one of those gainsayers, one of those men of enchantment against Israel, he saw our latter end and said, I would have been an Israelite. Real talk. He saw our latter end.
See one?
Yeah.
How long shall they utter and speak hard things? And all the workers of iniquity boast themselves.
All the workers of iniquity boast themselves. That's what they do. Oh, I'm living good. I got this. I got that. You know?
Get a life. And,
Get a life. Workers of iniquity boast themselves. Oh, you guys need to get a life, man. You guys have nothing else better to do. But come out here and do this. You know, boast themselves. Do something with yourself. Like they living such a good life, man. You ain't living no damn good life. You walking on the same streets we walk on. People that's living a good life, not even amongst us. You know? They got their own cities.
States.
You know?
Yeah.
They got their own communities and shit, man. You walking amongst us. People can smoke cigarettes around you. You know? Go ahead.
They break in pieces thy people, O Lord Yahweh, and afflict thine heritage.
Yep, and afflict thy heritage. David seeing these things that the heathens was doing. And we like the same way. You know, even though, you know, when we be seeing Jake get shot up by the police and shit, we be shaking our head like, man, that's just Esau. But what, and the reason why we don't have much pity on, because what, our people, they don't want to hearken. They don't want to know who their enemy is. But we still feel some type of way, like, man, damn, Esau just be bending Jake ass up, you know? Just be tearing Jake up to pieces. You know, we have compassion on our people as well, too, man. Go ahead, Al.
They slay the widow and the stranger, and murder the fatherless.
They murder the fatherless. Because, hey, according to the curses, the scriptures say, and a man shall leave. So a lot of these Jakes out there, when they be acting wild, the main reason they don't got no father, man. And what? And that's why they be getting shot the hell up, because they ain't got no order. They don't got nobody guiding them and showing them how to be a man and what to do. Their mother, their emotional mother raising them and they grow up to be emotional. All right? And then when you go out in the streets and act upon those emotions, there's consequences here in Esau society, man. You get mad or whatever and do this or do that, there's consequences here. Go ahead.
Yet they say, the Lord Yahweh shall not see, neither shall the Most High of Jacob regard it.
Yep. That's what they say. Oh man, come on. You mean to tell me, you know, I'm not gonna go to heaven or whatever because I'm doing this or I'm doing that? I remember somebody said this, so you ain't gonna go to heaven just because you get your hair assed up, you know? Yeah. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, like 12%.
Go ahead.
That's all I have.
All right. Anybody else got anything else?
Yeah, I think you took the one up.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna close out on this one.
All right.
Because, you know, going back to the premises
Phone
of the
about to die.
title.
We about to get ready to close out.
Yeah, going back to the premises of the title, I just want to close out on this precept, you know, to encourage you to keep pushing. You know, we've come this far, you know, and we don't want to fold. We don't want to wave the white flag. We don't want to give over to Satan. So I just want to close with this real quick. This is Joshua chapter 1, verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shall thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, going back to that whole road. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. In other words, thus saith the Lord, man, do what the Heavenly Father tells you to do. Keep pressing. Stay courageous, because courage basically means when bravado manifests over an act of when you're under pressure. All right, that's when you become courageous. When you see danger, you don't run from it. All right, you deal with it. That's courageous. So we're not running from it. We see what's to come, but our defense is YAHAWASHI. All right, according to the Spirit. So just stay strong and keep trucking on. That's all I can say, man.
That, man, you know.
So one more thing, because what's going on is much bigger than just men talking on the side, you know, reading out the Bible. All right, it's going to be a worldly stage, and pretty soon we're going to be the celebrities. You know, we're going to be on the world stage. We're going to get that on the other side. But right now, what's going on is we're breaking down strongholds with this truth. We're out of here because we're being sent. All right.
That's right. Impossible.
That being said, we're going to give all praises
to YAHAWAH, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Lukakudash.
The one that's El Apostle, the great millstone, and taught us his truth. And blessings to all y'all came out there pushing his truth and holding fast unto the end. Shalom.
Shalom.
How you stop?
Rather than just face the wall, we'll just do it just like this.